Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 10 of the 2026 Race Factory Gaming Underground RC Supercross Championship. Live here on Start Your Systems. I am Kellen Brower, and I am joined this week by my man Grant Harlan, also Andrew Wood back in the booth. I don't know why my camera isn't picking up that I'm actually here, and it's a little bit blurry, but we'll fix that in a minute. But yeah, Grant Harlan, Andrew Wood in the booth with me this week. Calling the action here from Birmingham. We have a showdown tonight, 250 East and West coming together. We also have the first ever Race Factory Next amateur racing competition on a pro night, so that's going to be exciting. But first off, Grant, just glad to have you in studio, man. Apparently you don't even really pay that much attention to the races, but you're here. You're ready to call some action.
I am. I don't really pay much attention to the races, but I've gotten back into MX Simulator a little bit recently, so we're here, checking all the action, calling some action. I don't know how amateur racing works in MX Simulator, but I guess we'll find out.
We will find out. There is an amateur championship, so they've already been racing 9 rounds of their championship. They race on Sundays, and this is the first chance we'll get to see them race in the limelight, basically. So there was 31 or 30, I think, riders invited, top 30 in amateur standings, and then they qualify in. Top 22 go straight into the main event, which we'll see after the heat races coming up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll go to you, Andrew. It's kind of cool that we get a chance to see just any fresh faces and maybe get a chance to see these guys before they turn pro.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool to see like all the up and coming guys and kind of where they stack up, and then when they show up next year, it won't be such a surprise of like, oh, who is that guy? Have we seen him around? You kind of know who's coming, which I feel like is the problem with this sport, is that we don't normally see the up and comers. So it's cool that they're starting this, and we don't get so many like random surprises next year, hopefully. So excited to see that, and really excited for the shootout too. I love when 250 East and West meet, so that'll be good.
Yeah, shootout means that we're going to have a lot of guys that would normally race 450s on the opposite coast jump back down, so 450 is a bit more wide open. It doesn't happen too much in real life, but I'd imagine, Grant, 450 guys probably breathing a sigh of relief tonight, knowing there's a few less guys on the track that they would normally have to race, maybe could make it straight in out of a heat race. Yeah,
believe it or not, looking at the entry list for IRL Birmingham, a lot of 250 guys jumping up to 450. So yeah, a little bit different, but yeah, it'll be cool to see if there's any new winners in 450 tonight, with it being a little bit more open and seeing who is good in 250. I don't really know any names besides the OG guys.
You do know the OG guys. Obviously, you're tight with Russ Chapman, but Seth Carr, the championship leader right now, Colby Eaglin, the defending champion. You know the name Braden Carter, I'm sure, as well. But Seth Carr absolutely been dominant so far this year. Reminds me of Rush. Reminds me of just the dominant runs that Rush would go on. And Seth Carr's unstoppable right now.
Yeah, we're working on bringing the GOAT back. We're doing our best. Jeremy T Lang, if you're watching this, hit me up. We'll figure something out. We'll get him on band.
We want to get Rush on.
We're turning a new leaf with him, but yeah, Seth from what I've seen so far has been by far the best guy and pretty dominant. So yeah. I expect a win from him tonight.
Well, Grant is just here trying to grease the skids a little bit, and hopefully we get Rush unbanned soon. We'll get qualifying up here in just a minute. But yeah, so we did briefly mention Showdown, Andrew Wood. Braden Tharp obviously dominating so far. Not dominating, but been very solid so far in the East standings. On the flip side, though, Cash Woods absolutely is dominating West. Do you have a favorite between two of them, or is there somebody else that's bubbling to the surface here tonight before we go racing?
Tharp is weird. I want to say Tharp because he's like been around a little bit longer too and kind of done it more. But I feel like Cash Woods has that top end speed, which is actually can be a little scary. But I do think I lean Tharp just for the all around complete package. And yeah, I actually didn't even think about in real life 250 riders moving up to race 450 because it's so hard to get in these shootouts. When in this game, 450 like Vegas was always my favorite thing as a 450 rider because it was like, dude, I'm going to make the main. I might get a top 10. So it's cool to see that it is flipped in real life. Just I don't know, I had to comment on that. That was crazy. I didn't even think that would be a thing, but you got to go make money if you're going to the race. Might as well try to get in the night show. Yep. You need night show money. You don't need main event money.
Oh, I talked to a handful of like fringe privateers, even for 250 class guys that would borderline not even make night shows in 250s, and they're doing the same thing. Just jump to a 450 and ride their 250 on the 450 class for the showdown, just in case you make a night show. And I mean, a little extra money too in the 450 class. So if you do make it, a couple extra $100 coming your way.
Yeah. Nowadays the payout, unless you're like in the main event, is pretty similar between 250 and 450. But obviously in this game, I feel like if you're a 250 coast guy, if you're a borderline or maybe not borderline, there's more of a chance of getting in based on luck. Where IRL, it's you kind of know the guys that should be in, and they'll probably be in one way or another. And then there's like one or two spots that could go either way for a couple guys. And if you're not one of those couple guys, then you might as well race 450 and try and get in the LCQ.
Sure. Yeah, of course. No, it makes sense. And going to be exciting to see this weekend. But of course, we'll get through tonight. First off, I noticed some of you guys in chat mentioning the mic sounds, who's loud, who's quiet. I'm trying to like level it out as we go here a little bit. So if I'm too loud or if I'm too quiet or if someone else is too loud or too quiet, please let me know. We'll try to get that dialed in throughout the night show and make it so that it's a little bit smoother for all you guys. I'm trying to get qualifying up, but as usual, the Race Factory site is loading itself very nice and slow. And look, I'm already noticing something from qualifying here tonight. I just scrolled down for a second as we'll get this up on our screen. Only 38 entries in the 450 class here tonight. So even that, we're not going to have full gates for the heat races coming up here. Be interesting to see that. But I guess no surprise, Andrew. Fastest qualifiers, Braden Carter, Seth Carr, Alexis Leclerc, right at the sharp end of the field here in the 450 class.
Yeah, I mean, the fastest guys right there. Cool to see Walter up there again that high because he's always fun and interesting when he's up there. But yeah, same kind of guys that you see week in and week out, filling out that top 10, and but those two separating themselves seems like always. So, going to be interesting to see what kind of Braden Carter shows up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see if any of these guys can jump up and do some damage. Obviously, we got some other faces in the mix. Logan Leitzel looks like he's made it right in. I know that Grant was telling me he's going to try to race here tonight, so that's good to see. But this is where the storyline is that everyone wants to see. We got West versus East here tonight. Cash Woods, Jackson Vick, Dylan Delaire, Tyler Show, and Evan Holt inside of the top 5 for 250 West. And then if we go to East, Ryan Chelsea, fastest qualifier over Tharp, Walters, Rogers, and Nerona. Now, I know, Harlan, you don't have too much experience racing 250 Supercross, but for these showdowns, when your heat race is basically a main event for normal sake, obviously you're competing against the same guys, but for only 9 spots, the intensity level must be so high, right? Like these guys are about to face a 6-minute gauntlet, just try to make it into the main event, right?
Yeah, I've never actually raced a 250 showdown before, so I really don't know the feeling. I got to imagine it's like a 450 heat race every weekend though, where it's like, yeah, top 9 or in qualifying we're champions, so hopefully beat one of them, if not LCQ. So,
yeah, don't
yeah,
want to go to the LCQ.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. So we'll see who rises up tonight for that.
Yeah, we will definitely see. And again, I'm trying to adjust these mic levels on the fly here. So if you guys hear me or don't hear me or something, that's okay. Just let me know in chat and we'll adjust it. Standings update before we go racing here tonight. Seth Carr, 38 points clear of Braden Carter in 450 Supercross. He gone. He is going to have a bad couple nights to get caught for this championship, but you never know. That's why we go racing in MX Simulator. Crucially, West versus East. Cash Woods has got this thing covered in West, but East is still close after a couple of rounds. Tharp has won 2 of the first 3 rounds, so he's got a nice, healthy little gap, 12 points up to Spieth, but a showdown could throw a wrench in the plans, Andrew Wood. You have a bad night here for Braden Tharp, and it's not just a 5th or it's not just a 3rd. It could be a 10th or worse because there's so many talented riders on the gate. Yeah,
I think that's the kind of gnarliest part about showdowns, and yeah, it's the biggest thing in real life. Who can get in there and be a spoiler? You always see maybe down the stretch of if someone's going to finish between the 2 guys who are the same speed all year, and that's what's really interesting. Yeah, if Spieth can go out and beat Cash Woods and anyone else who can get in their way, Braden Tharp has a bad night, then it's a huge points night. And I think it's really fun because both of these 250 championships we can see tighten up a lot depending on what happens. So gonna keep an eye on like the Frank Jacksons and the Neronas and Chelseas and stuff and see if they can go play spoiler in this championship.
Definitely a couple names to watch outside of our points leaders going into tonight. I also forgot I needed to update our graphic on screen, but we'll do that when we get some time to do so for the heat races coming up. So we have got 250 West and 250 heat races to kick off our night here first, and we're getting a look at this track overhead, and I'll ask Grant Harlan, who will be racing this track IRL this weekend, what do you think about this layout here for Birmingham? What stands out to you? What do you like? Where should the passing opportunities maybe even come from on this racetrack?
Yeah, I think the whoops, obviously. Like I said, I've taken a little bit of time off from the game, and since I've been back, the they've gotten so much more difficult for whatever reason. I don't understand. I think we were talking about it before we started here. I feel like it's kind of backwards with the road. It almost makes it easier. Where I feel like they should be easy to start and then get more difficult. But
yeah,
the whoops will be a critical role, and then maybe the split lane will play a part. I don't really know what those guys are doing for lines, if they're going outside and tripling or inside roll double, and then maybe the table after the finish line. I think, especially real life, that'll be a pretty big factor of nailing that, especially if they don't add a lip.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously depends on the shape of the jumps and a bunch of other things like that. But Awood, we got back-to-back across the start bowl corners / split sections here tonight, specifically for the sim version. Do you think that we're going to see one line develop here, or is this an opportunity to maybe have split lines actually factor into the race?
I think the way it's built, I think one line, but it just seems a little bit different with the jumps and the inside rollers and stuff. It's different than what we saw at Daytona, where it kind of is a little bit more wide open, fast into one, slow into the other. I think this track's kind of boring, actually. Like, there's not a lot going on. I watched your video earlier, your lap preview, and same with Grant. I think the whoops and the section right before it are going to be the main track here tonight for this. Unless something different develops on the bottom of your screen, the on-off thing, at least here in Sim, if people are going over and doing a quad double or something and getting a different line through that 353, I don't think that rhythm's going to really make a big difference. But yeah, split lanes, I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of people funnel into one. Maybe you see early on in the race people avoiding lap traffic or first lap traffic. But other than that, I think there's like not a lot going on this track, so I think it's going to be pretty start dependent tonight.
Yeah, it looks honestly pretty boring.
It's like 80% of the track there's like nothing going on.
Yeah, there's a huge Twitter discussion right now about start straights down the middle of the track and taking up options for lanes. I know there's talking to the SMX track guys. There's they have guidelines to follow with where the towers go and whatnot. So we kind of get forced into certain track designs. I'm surprised they didn't use an over-under or something for this race. I feel like these tight stadiums, that really adds to the lap time.
Yeah, you could get so much more just by layering that track like one little bit, even 5 more seconds of one of these switchbacks if you somehow have an over-under and can take a different route. It's hard. I mean, football stadiums, it's crazy because we race in so many of them, but people don't realize the floor is almost half of what a baseball field stadium is. And with baseball fields, you do end up with the weird like shapes and stuff, like all the Anaheims. But I think it's weird that we only have like 3 rounds now where it's actually is there more than just Anaheim now that's still baseball?
No, Anaheim's the
because
only
Petco's gone. So 2 of 17 rounds have the best layout that you can have, that you can make work, because you can fit a football stadium in a baseball stadium and have that same back and forth track layout and still have 50% of the floor space of a baseball stadium. So it's always tricky. I kind of get bored when we go back to like certain ones have smaller footprints, like Glendale's awesome, but an Indy and a stadium such as Alabama is going to be like way smaller just because of what they got going on. But
yeah, honestly, I feel like the football stadiums are better racing though. I think Anaheim's sometimes on certain layouts can be good. Like A2 this year was a great race, but then you look at Arlington, and I feel like that was race of the year. But yeah, even going back to like the over-unders, like Indy last year was like a 50+ second lap time with an over-under, and then this year was barely 45 seconds. Yeah. So
it's all track dependent. You gotta even throw a wall in there. Like at those rounds, you should almost be forced to have a wall, or have a steep tunnel jump instead of the kind of mellow ones that are more like a scrub jump. If the lap time is short and the floor place is short and the track breaks down, do the things, have 2 walls, have a wall before the whoops and a wall, out of a corner somewhere. Like, I feel like that's such simple things to do, and then you can still make the great racetrack, and that's going to add anywhere from 5 to 7 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot they could do to make racing better, a lot they could do to, I think also you just need to, if you failed, start buying more dirt Like, we need to have more obstacles that have transitions and height and variation and other things, so it's not just the same cookie cutter singles and all that stuff that goes together every single week. But I digress. I'm not the one making the decisions. I don't have billions of dollars like Kenneth Feld. Okay, so we are going to go racing here in just a moment. Apologies for the brief delay that we had here. It sounds like the server crashed or something, because I even tried to load in, and then my game crashed. And I think they accidentally started the server and had max space at 60, so they had 60 players on the gate, and then it crashed a bunch of people's games. I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, but they said UID grab should be going off here basically now, and we're going to get in the server and go racing on this track. So very exciting to see what goes on here in Birmingham tonight. For Run of Show tonight, for those that are tuned in, maybe wanting to watch the Race Factory Next racers here this evening, they will be going after the 450 heats. So we have 250 heats, east and west, coming up here in just a moment. Then we'll have our two 450 heat races, and then our RF Next race coming up just after that. So probably about an hour from now, if you're watching right now, waiting for the RF Next competitors, they're getting a little bit extra track time. It's actually kind of interesting, Andrew. This is the first time really any of these guys will experience the short qualifying format. If you race amateurs on Sunday, you have 3 days to grind out the track, put in laps, feel comfortable on it, and get the setup styled and everything like that. But here tonight, you get an hour plus another hour maybe before your race to figure everything out. And I wonder if that makes the racing a bit different than what we've seen in the amateur championship.
Yeah, I think it's kind of wild because there's even professional players who are like, I'm not a hot lap hero, I can't go, it takes me some time. And we've gone back and forth in the professional scene from having 2 or 3 days to qualify to the 1 hour format, and some guys just weren't as good. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe you hear about it later, if there was someone that felt like they didn't put their best foot forward because they didn't have the time. I don't think we're going to know about it tonight, but maybe there's a guy who really needs that time. But it can also be like a kind of a kick in the ass and be like, oh, okay, I need to get better at learning tracks quickly if I'm going to turn pro, and want to do that. So it'll be interesting, and we'll see who excels at that, and got some fun names in there tonight, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to see them and see who comes out on top of our very first ever RF Next competition. So yeah, the reason why it's taking me so long to load in right now is because there was 60 people on the gate. So I had to load all of their skins, and it's still loading. So this is probably triple the amount of time it would normally take. About 20 people on the gate. And get ready for outdoors. Everybody coming at you soon. We're going to have 40 people. We're going to have to load all those skins too, plus the massive tracks. It'll be a grand old time. Okay, so we got the RF Next. We got the Showdown. We also have a 450 race to talk about, and we haven't gotten too much into it, but I'll ask you this, Grant. Seth Carr's got a pretty large point lead right now, obviously 38 points up in the standings, and we're now officially into the second half. 8 rounds still to go from here. Does he get into championship management mode now? Like, at what point does this get into a situation where he changes his approach? Do you think he just wants to win out, or maybe start thinking about this championship a little bit?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if there's anyone that can really beat him at this point.
It's fair.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his main event videos. And yeah, there's really no one that is quite that good. So even with crashes and stuff on a normal race night, I don't think it really matters too much if he gets a 6th or something. I feel like, didn't Carter win the title in 21 or something?
Yeah, 21 through 24.
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of been having an off year, and with him being second in points, I don't know if Seth's too stressed out about it.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a 38-point lead, I'm sure you're feeling pretty happy about things at this point in time, especially this stage of the championship. But we know MX Sim can be weird, and we've seen guys just straight up miss main events, and that's where you'd probably be nervous. You'd lose a whole race distance worth of points right there. Obviously, if Carter wins the race, that's a massive issue. But yeah, very interesting to see. We also, it looks like we got Tate Reed in the chat, hanging out here tonight. He will be part of the RF Next program later on tonight. We also have pro racer CJ Bernard racing. I don't know if you know any. Do you know CJ?
I don't know CJ. I've only been in Cali a little bit, so I've not really met all the
He's
Cali.
on your old team.
He is on my old team. I did see that, but I haven't really gotten a chance to see him or talk to him.
Yeah, so
but I know of him.
You do know of him. He'll be in the RF Next race tonight. Jack Rogers as well, another pro racer. He'll be in the RF Next race. Do you know Jack?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So we're rooting for Jack a little bit. Just trying to get a lowdown on who's Grant's guys tonight. GG's.
Well, I mean, I've been racing Jack since 2010 on 50s at Loretta's.
Oh, same age?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know. I mean, see, the difference is Jack, I feel like, just turned pro to me, like, last handful of years. And I'm sure he's, like, was 20 or something when he turned pro. But you're so much younger than everybody gives you credit for that I forget your age group falls back, I feel like, a class for where you kind of are.
Yeah, I feel like I'm putting that, like, 27, 28-year-old class. And I'm turning 25 this year. So
it's so crazy.
But it's also my 7th year, and I'm really feeling like Unk these days.
Yeah,
veteran of the class.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
Is it wearing on you yet?
Oh, it wears on me every day.
What you're gonna be the elder statesman of the class, but it's gonna be like 5 years from now, and you'll be 12 years into your career.
Yeah, I'm thankful that there are still guys that are racing at like 32, 33.
Yeah,
because I would really seem old.
Your career's going, man.
Are you gonna chiz?
I mean,
are you gonna just chiz for the next 8 years?
I would love to just be a chiz type of guy. Yeah, where I'm like 30, where guys are just like, how is he still just grinding it out like this?
Yeah. All right. Before we go heat racing here and we start talking about actual sim stuff in a minute. Bogle, you're racing Justin Bogle this coming weekend in Birmingham. He just got announced going to be filling in on the Twisted Tea Suzuki program. I don't know if you have any semblance of how he might do or how things have been going, but like, are you excited to see a little bit of a veteran presence back again?
I mean, that's just another guy that's fighting for for my spot in the main event. So
I feel like we have him covered, though. No,
I mean, I don't know how long did Seeley take off before you raced in 23. Like
2 years, not that long. Not
was it
Bogle's
only 2?
Been longer, I think.
Okay, I wasn't sure because Seeley came back in Seattle of 23.
Yeah.
And he was like pretty quick for like 5 or 6 laps.
Right.
But then hit the fade pretty hard. Where I feel like maybe Justin won't be quite as quick, but I know he's been riding at Robbie's with Colt and
a lot apparently
and Benny and Isaiah and those guys. So I feel like he might have a little bit of conditioning, maybe not like the race conditioning, but he might be a little bit better for racing than we expect.
All right, you heard it here first. Justin Bogle going to win the main event. Grant Harlan just said it right
there. But do I like the fact that he's racing? No.
No.
Why would I? That's just another guy that I have to beat.
Maybe no Chase this weekend. No Dylan. He's still out, so...
Faulkner's back.
Faulkner's back, yeah.
I think there's one more back.
You got him.
Yeah, I think you got Faulkner. All right, let's get into...
I'm not even worried about it. He's only got like 14 250 Supercross
Let's get into it.
That was before he had his brain taken out.
This is 250.
Oh, it's still there.
250 East Heat Race here on the Showdown from Birmingham. Round number 10 of this championship, but only round number 4 for these guys. An early showdown to mix things up. And if you want things to get mixed up, if you're not Braden Tharp right now, you need to hope he gets a bad start out of the gate here in this heat race and puts him down the order. It's the Showdown here tonight in Birmingham, and we're starting off with 250 East Heat Racing. Let's go from Alabama. Do we have a red flag maybe as well because Tharp jumped the gate? Yes, we do. Okay, red flag. It's like someone is still in warm-up. Well, Chelsea, who is our fast qualifier, got the fake start. Sad for him that it does not convert, but
yeah, he's cooked.
We'll get re-racked. Yeah, actually, so if you do the practice start in qualifying and it hits, like you just have the sickest start of your life in qualifying, are you like, damn it, now I'm cooked? Like I had my best start of the day. Now the heat race is going to be terrible.
No, my starts this year, I'm either whole shot or last.
Okay, great.
Yeah, perfect. It's terrible. Yep.
That is true. Your starts, you've either been with the lead group or not.
Yeah, I've never been like 7th off the gate, either first or last.
First or last. All right, here we go. This time I think we are legit. It is time to go racing here in Alabama. 250 East Heat Race. Here we go. And it is a land rush into this first corner. Looks like one of the Yamahas is going to get there first this time. But I think it's the same guy. Ryan Chelsea up the inside is going to get there again. Jake Spees right in behind him. And the one of Cade Matherly. Looks like Tharp may have gone down in turn 1. He's back in 9th, A-Wood.
Yeah, and almost a big mistake right there as he gives it up to Spees. But Spees, big mistake as well. Those guys are up in the points on this coast too as well. So keep an eye on them. They're kind of guys we're looking for to maybe pull out a win. So Chelsea with the starts looking good. And the good first half a lap here. He's going to try to pull away, and honestly, it's a really big struggle to try to get up front early and make it through this, because it's a heat race, dude. You only get one shot, and then you're in a mixed LCQ with people you don't race against. The shootouts are kind of gnarly.
Yeah, short racing here, and as we mentioned, it is a bad start so far for your championship leader. He is way back here somewhere.
Oh, he's cooked.
He is in 21st place, so go on board with him. And Hard Dog, tell us what you might be thinking about right now if you're Braden Tharp on this racetrack.
I mean, at this point, you're just hoping that you don't come over one of these jumps and find a down rider or whatever. The legs off in this game are really detrimental to your forward progress. So, yeah, just hoping you don't run into any down guys, and hoping that there are down guys to go around.
Yeah, and he's obviously seeing a bit of a gap established already to the field, basically. He's got to start actually catching the field first before he can make passes. A lot of chaos will be commenced early in these races, but as we've already mentioned several times here tonight, it's basically a main event that he's got to go up against. He's getting hit by someone coming back off from the track, so moves up to 18th place and loses a little bit of time in the process there. But some of these names up here, man, these guys are borderline main event winners, and they're battling for transfer spots right now. Looks like Nygren is in the 11th spot, Pilsner 10th, and Connor Smiley is in the final spot right here early on, a name we haven't heard much of for the Evolve program on the 275, but he is up here battling it out with some of the bigger names. This would be a top 10 ride normally, A-Wood, but right now he's just trying to hold on for the transfer spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a bad spot too. He gets one more right there, but you have names like Nygren and Pilsner, and those were guys that I was thinking would maybe be battling, for a race win or spoiler to kind of take Tharp down. But since they're out, they're pushing it. It's not just an easy path to 9th place for Tharp. He's got to struggle and work through a lot of guys that also have some really good speed. So we'll see if these guys can hold on, though. So Smiley, I think, now cruising around in 8th, and he's got Ben Arona right all over his rear wheel. But they're trying to get away from that pack. You can see them kind of at the back of your screen. There's a 4-pack of riders there trying to get themselves in a transfer position. So it's interesting to see how these guys are kind of taking this track. And, yeah, we're seeing a one main line here in the split section like we talked about earlier.
Yeah, inside seems to maybe be the go. Smiley goes to the outside, tries to get the triple. He's actually going to keep that position just barely by a nose. And they did both get around a couple riders. So Nerona to 8th, Quentin Halam now in the 9 spot. As, look at Nerona up the inside. Gets taken out by, who was that? That was Quentin Hallam putting him on the deck. You also got Joseph Pilsner trying to go by. Pilsner up the inside is going to pass him. And Hallam goes back to the 9th spot. There's Rogers, Jackson, Nygren, Timor, and Landon Walters all right in tow. So this bubble spot is getting good. And looks like Hallam is getting a little bit nervous to be in this position. Still in 9th, but a lot of pressure on him, Grant. How quickly do these guys try to go for the spot? Right there already, Rogers going after it.
Oh, yeah, dude. His hands are shaking, controller's sweaty. He can't feel his sticks anymore. It's going to be a long rest of this heat race for Buddy.
Everybody's making a few mistakes as Rogers goes into the spot, but Hallam is up to the inside again. He's going to try to get it back. He cuts across bar to bar into this corner, but Rogers gets the spot and solidifies it, so we're seeing those different options. Now Rogers kind of uses that section like a whoop section and goes through it a little bit rough, but holds position, and now the 50 is in the final spot. Still 9th place for Braden Tharp. He's not too far behind this group, actually, all things considered, but definitely has some work to do. Also, jump line through the whoops. Another week of it, A-Wood. We saw it at Daytona, and another week here, these guys jumping through the whoops as we go back to Chelsea out front.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's never really jump line in sim, so it's always just kind of guys trying to figure it out, and feels like Daytona and stuff, they kind of tried to make it happen. But if it's working here now too, that's pretty cool because it gives different options, just different things we don't see in real life. I hate watching guys jump. I think in this we never see it, so it's pretty fun to see people using different kind of techniques through it. But Chelsea right here just blitzing. Obviously, I do think that is the fastest way. And kind of always is going to be that way in sim, but it's cool to see that the guys who are struggling in them have a way to at least keep it on 2 wheels. So Chelsea, though, looking good up front. I mean, got that start, got 2 of them pretty much, and he's dominating. Jake Speece and Cade Natalie, other names that we expect to see up here. But Braden Tharp, checking timing and scoring, still set down in 17th place. So while Chelsea's having a ride of his life right now and just kind of cruising up front, you got Braden Tharp, who's just sitting way back there. And honestly, Kellen, I don't see him moving up. Actually, he did move up. He moved up in the fourth in about 5 seconds. So I don't know what happened there.
He is up to 9th, so he's making some progress. And by the way, I turned you down a little bit, so hopefully you can hold the mic closer to yourself and it's going to be okay. But Tharp's making progress. Couple more guys down. That's going to move him to 11th by the looks of it. And he is still working forward here in this race. So this could work out in his favor to come all the way back through and make it in. He is 10th. He is 10th place right now, 2 seconds behind the transfer spot. It is on, Grant Harlan.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when he was talking about how far back he was, yeah, his position was back, but, like, the gap to 9th was still pretty close. And that might be
down.
it.
That's going to be it. Yep, he's through into the final transfer spot as the white flag should be coming out. In fact, it is coming out right now, this time by for Tharp. So he has made it all the way back into a transfer spot. Incredible ride for your championship leader on the 9. Yoshika KTM is up there. He's got to hold on for one more lap, though, and that could be nerve-wracking in and of itself. But talk about a flip side situation here. Jake Spiess and Ryan Chowsey, they're the ones doing the chasing in this championship, and they were maybe even hoping Tharp wouldn't make the main, but they're going to start off on the right foot here. Absolute dominant performance in this 250 East Heat race for both of them, but more specifically, it's Wash from MX Bikes. Ryan Cheesecake Chowsey takes the heat win for the East Boys over Jake Spiess by a nose. Matherly holds on for 3rd on the 1E. Jared Gummison in 4th. Connor Smiley up to 5th. Good ride for him. Rogers 6th. Joseph Pilsner 7th. Tharp gets all the way to 8th around Nygren here late in the whoops. Looks like it's going to be Brandon Nygren making it through. How about that, Wood? That ride by Tharp up to 8th in this one.
Kill him. Kill him.
Kill him.
Get him. No, I mean, honestly, I didn't think he was going to make it. It's such a short race. I mean, the time he just crossed, 7 minutes, right? It's these are short races here, and you got to make it happen. So, honestly, I think that's bad news for these other guys, Chelsea and Spiess, that they're close in the championship, and they wanted to be able to, ruffle his feathers and get a chance to get some big point gains. If he can come through the pack like that in a heat race, even after going down after our first check-in and still being able to make it up there, honestly, really impressive. And these guys got something to watch out for tonight with Tharp speed if he can put together a start. But Chelsea looked good as well. But honestly, his lap time wasn't even was like half second slower than what Jake Spiess had in second. So, and I don't even know what Tharp had.
Chelsea stepped it up that last lap.
53. So yeah, I thought it said he had a 52. Yeah, this thing's broken. But yeah, I mean, still qualifying time or Spiess got the speed, but Chelsea has the starts, and Tharp just needs to kind of figure it out. But it's going to be really interesting, I think, once we mix these coasts, because the 250 guys are so much more kind of wild than the 450 class, unpredictable.
How about the fact Tharp coming through the field the way that he did in this race, Grant? Does he learn anything from that? Do you think now he knows maybe more passing opportunities or ways to get through guys if he doesn't get a good start in the main event, because he's going to have a bad gate pick too?
Yeah, I was going to ask, how much does the gate pick matter in MX Simulator? Like,
does
it a little bit, or is it kind of like if you get a good jump, you're good from anywhere?
It's tough because it is a game at the end of the day, and people don't really let off for turn 1, so inside is the preferred option no matter what. But you can get a good jump, and I was going to say on the start, you could maybe tell us as well, when it's this long, you get more opportunity to kind of like out-drag guys, right, and get a little bit of space.
Yeah, from the outside, you definitely have a better shot on the longer starts. Like Daytona this year, like with how short the start straight was and how kind of tight the first corner was, like for the main event with my 18th gate pick or whatever, I was like, I don't even have a chance.
Yeah.
But LCQ and heat race, I got inside and I had 2 pretty decent starts there. So, being inside on a short start helps. But yeah, as far as Braden, I would think he found some maybe good passing options. I saw either second to last lap or third to last lap, the rhythm after the finish line, he kind of doubled the corner. It may or may not have taken somebody out in the process, but it was pretty slick. So something like that, he might have an advantage over the other guys.
Sure. Yeah, just being able to see a couple of things that maybe the other guys on the track were not able to see, and maybe he could lock in for that main event. All right, over to the West Coast we go for heat number 2. This, of course, contains Cash Woods, who's up in the championship by a long ways, and he's going to try to just maintain through these showdowns. But we've got race winners like Jeremy Schiabro in here. Obviously, Wyatt Grant did win a race on this coast, but he's actually jumped to the 450 class tonight, so a bit interesting there. And a ton of fast dudes also in the mix as well. So hey, we know, Andrew Wood, that sometimes the Showdown is the best opportunity to sneak a win in for these guys. We saw last year Jake Spieth, the only win he got was a Showdown. And the East Coast, when he was racing normally, didn't really factor in as much. So maybe a fresh winner here tonight on the cards.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and there's so many guys, I feel like, on each coast that can win. Just looking at this lineup right now that we're seeing on the gate. But, Holtzy, there's so many fast guys in this 250 class. It's going to be stacked, and it's really excited to see them kind of meet up here. But let's get this West Coast heat race started.
Here we go. West Heat action underway in Birmingham, and we're on Jeremy Schiavro, who's off to a great start here up the inside. He's going to clear everyone into turn one. Will he control it through? Yes, he does. Jeremy Schiavro, veteran presence on the District Designs Yamaha, gets out front in 250 West Heat race number 2 here tonight in Birmingham. It is Schiavro from Christopher Harris, Jax Lindsay, Antonio Vellotti, and a bit of a stack up in the corner behind them. You know what I'm not seeing up here? I am not seeing red plates yet again. Looks like Cash Woods, similar to Tharp, is down and down early. He's back to 20th place for the 14 machines. So just like we saw in the East, Cash Woods has some work to do here in the West.
Yeah, it's crazy that both the red plate holders went down early on in their races, and we're going to have to see pretty much the same thing. Bummer for Woods. I mean, this could be good, is that Dylan Delaire, who's got a lot of speed, is back there with him, but could be good if they can figure out how to follow each other and train through the field. But honestly, if they do have that similar speed, maybe they end up battling a little bit too much, and this could be a completely different race than what Tharp had.
Yeah, so we'll see how he's able to make progress through the field. Stick with the lead here for a little bit longer this time because Christopher Harris is dealing with some heat. Jeremy Schiavro is still right there. Vellotti lurking in the background. And Harris through the whoops getting sideways. There is that jump line coming through. And Schiavro makes it into the race lead. A little bike hump in the air. He's excited about it. But how about jumping through the whoops, Grant Harlan? These boys looking like the regular pros out there.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure how they're doing it. I would get front lock of doom and just do a backflip off the track on the tough blocks. I mean, to be fair, I do that skimming them anyway, so I don't really know. But yeah, quite impressive that jump line off rip.
Yeah, right away these guys going to the jump line. I wonder if later the blitz line will come around as the whoops get chopped down in those main events. But certainly early on, the jumping is the way to go, at least for Schiavro. Okay, where is our championship leader? Ooh, big stack up here on the on-offs, and that's going to cost some people. Cash Woods able to read it well and get to the inside past 3 dudes in the process. He's up to 15th place, so a similar story here, A-Wood. Is he going to come through like Tharp, or are we a bit more questionable with the 14 who has not won a championship just yet?
I think with where him and Delaire are at and the gap to 9th, about 10 seconds, I think he's going to be able to have it if he can keep running the pace. The problem is it's so unpredictable. There's 6 guys between where he needs to get and where he's at. And any one of them just going down randomly in one of these rhythm sections and your bike cartwheeling can take him down. And that's kind of the biggest thing you want as far as your start position is. There's so much more crashing in this game than there is, in real life, to where you can't really risk it. I think if you're Tomac in this situation, you're dialed. But honestly, some guy can just come flipping from the next section because it is a little bit harder. I guess that sounds dumb saying it's harder to play this game than it is to race in real life, but there's definitely a
No, it is.
it is hard.
No, it is.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess we know enough. There's so many pros we know that play sim that aren't really good at it that are pro in real life. So yeah, this shit show of a game when people start cartwheeling and you just can't predict it. So watch out for these guys in front of him. If I'm Cash Woods, I'm not looking anywhere near my front fender right now. I'm staring down the track looking for anyone down, like there is a rider now at the end of the whoops already, and he is able to make it a twofer, luckily.
Wow, what a pass, and almost going down by looping out in the whoops in the process as well, but certainly doing a good job so far. He is up to 12th, so things are trending well. We'll get back to that in a minute because still up front, things are getting wild. The lead group is kind of settled, but how about this battle for third? Schiavro coughed the lead back up to Christopher Harris. Now he's got Antonio Vellotti still right behind him. Evan Holt is on the charge. He's up to 2nd right now and trying to run down Christopher Harris in the race lead. As these two battle, 2 more riders behind them battle. We've got our winner from Arlington in the 450 class, Bodie Parker, holding on to 5th right now, but Ryder Dorigo is going to go by him. So Dorigo up to 5th. Parker trying to hold steady, but Jackson Vick will get through as well. So Jackson Vick goes by on the 18. Parker hopping the whoops. Here's Jax Lindsay getting a little bit out of shape as well. He's in 8th. And Cormac, who was in the transfer spot, just goes down in 9th. So that will hand over. Jeff Cooper now takes over the transfer spot. And another spot for Cash Woods as he's up to 11th. Tanner Thorson next on his list right here on the 410. And it'll be clean sailing to try to run down Jeff Cooper. But no slouches in this class. Doolies over the finish line jump. And Thorson squids out a little bit, but holds on steady to get going again right behind Cash Woods. Pass was still made. Now how long does it take to run him down?
Not that long, I don't think. It is Jeff Cooper. I mean, he's a ripper, but honestly, the way that Cash has been moving through this pack, I think he's fine, and I think you're guaranteed at least one more crash. You got a minute plus a lap to go in this race, so I think Cash Woods is definitely taking a big breather right now. You just got to keep it on 2 wheels, keep that pace up that you just have naturally, and I think he'll be seeing himself move on in. But, I mean, right now, praying for a big mistake from Cooper, though, because his speed, I think if everyone keeps it on 2 wheels, maybe it's slightly a big enough a gap to where he can't bring that down. So I think Cash might start pushing it, and that could honestly cause him some problems.
Well, Jeff Cooper also no slouch in this game. We've seen,
no, he's a ripper.
Yeah, the 35 machine have some great races over the years, been in the mix for podiums aplenty, and certainly wants to try to hold on to this transfer spot and make it right in. And Woods not really able to make any inroads that last time by. Jeff Cooper actually ran his personal best, 54.0, half second faster than Cash Woods. So he might be locking in right here, folks, as we've got a lap to go coming up. I think white flag about to come out for our race leaders by the gap. Looks like that is the case. Speaking of race leaders, my goodness, do we have a battle going on. Harrison Holtze going at it. Holtze had him for a second. Harris gets it back. Holtze trying to shove it down the inside in that corner. Not able to make it just happen yet. And the white flag is in the air. More dualies over the finish line jump. Oh, Holtze thought about it, but backed out of the challenge there, Grant.
Yeah, I wasn't even watching the screen, so I was looking at lap times.
Okay.
Yeah, is Dylan Delaire in this title fight?
He kind of was, but it's looking bleak.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
this
I
West
heard
one
that-
spread out a lot.
Yeah, I heard you guys mentioning his name earlier, and I was looking at the timing and scoring, and he is not looking good, even though he does have the fastest lap of, I think, both coasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, Christopher Harris, though, got passed by
line.
Holtze, and then now Holtze's trying to get it back again. This has been a good battle up front, so Holtze might take this thing to the checker flag, but honestly, looking down at timing, Cash
Harris.
Woods.
What? They get into each other, and Holtze's off the track. Harris
He's still
gets
on
stood
2
up.
wheels.
Schiabro's trying to jump through the middle as Holtze jumps back on the track, and Harris goes down. Holtze gets back on. He is going to win this heat race. What a battle. Oh, look at Schiabro trying to launch at the flag, but doesn't get it. Jackson Vick, Velotti, Harris, Lindsay, Dorigo, Parker.
Woods got Cooper.
Oh, Woods and Cooper.
Cooper the
to
inside.
the line, doesn't get the double. Cash Woods makes it in by a nose. Oh, Jeff Cooper, if he just got that double out of the corner, he would have had it. But Cash Woods survives.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Do we wait on cuts here, or does it auto?
I don't think it's going to happen.
That
one should show you.
Does it auto do it for this one?
Yeah. So Cash Woods is still going to be in 0.7 of a second. But yeah, Cooper, they made that thing a little fight to the end there. I was looking at timing too and going to make a comment, oh, Cash is still out, and he was, and then they decided to go crazy through the whoops there and have us stepping on each other's toes a little bit. But man, look at that freaking lap time. Jackson Vick 53.0. I did see a 53.2, but crazy that Jackson Vick fastest lap time of the race in that race down there in third. So these guys got to get their shit together though, Kellen, for the main event, because when you do combine these coasts and your starts are not that good, you're only racing more of the best guys. So you got to watch out for Cash Woods and Braden Tharp. I think that's a storyline going into it.
Well, the interesting thing about it now is that, look, they're both going to have to line up somewhere near each other, and both of them normally are not that bad at starts either. So they're going to kind of have their own little drag race against each other, Grant, coming down the start straight. If they both get good jumps, it's like the championship competitors are going to maybe have to take each other out going into turn one to survive, to stay up and be in the lead group and not have to be forced to the outside.
Yeah, I think if you're one of the championships guys, obviously you pick an inside gate, and just honestly, whether you get the start or not falling in the first turn, I think is gonna be pretty beneficial.
But I mean, they're going to the gate 16th and 18th. I think like it's gonna be kind of tough.
Oh yeah,
they're lock in.
They're both outside.
Yeah. So
yeah, not gonna lie, they might be They might be cooked.
Might
be seeing a championship lead change here tonight.
I think the same thing, at least for the East Coast, with how tight it is. I think they're kind of cooked because this start, dude, just it's the jump, it's the long stretch, and the trying to out drag people, but then the big wide 180 where you're getting pushed, dude. If these guys go down, I think if I'm them, I'm taking off the start and I'm ducking down to the inside and just following that little go trail and trying to come out 10th.
Yeah, like I said, I think if those guys can avoid falling, even if they start 8 to 10, I think they can battle for the win. Mm-hmm. But if they go cartwheeling out of the stadium, it's going to be a long race for either one of them.
Well, at least for both of them, they can breathe a small sigh of relief that they don't have to do the LCQ. They made it in. The gate pick is a question mark they'll have to answer here soon enough, but they are not going to the LCQ, which is going to be a combined LCQ coming up. That's the first time we actually have East meet West is in the last chance qualifier, so that's going to be kind of fun to watch there. But before we do that, we have got to go 450 racing, and this 450 heat, of course, features our championship leader, Seth Carr. It features Grant Harlan's boy, Logan Leitzel. Jacob Arnbrister's out here. What's up, my dude? Spencer Turley's up in here. And there is the championship leader on the 6th. Low-key, kind of a simpler heat, I feel like, tonight, A-Wood. Not as many stacked dudes in the 450 class, especially with all those 250 guys jumping back down.
Yeah, I don't think so. Kind of like we said, I mean, Vegas is always easy. These are always easy now that there's so many more shootouts. But, yeah, I mean, showdowns. I'm going to call it a shootout.
It's a shootout.
Most people say
I'm
shootout.
not PC, or I've never been PC. So
the only reason they did that, by the way, the shootout thing was not necessarily like a PC thing, is because when you Google search Vegas shootout after 2017, guess what came up?
Ooh, that's a valid point.
Yeah, so anyway, here we go. Time for 450 heat number 1 in Birmingham. We're off and running. Oh, man, some contact going down the start straight right there. I don't know what A-Wood's laughing at. He's got me confused, but it looks like Seth Carr is through the first turn first, and he gone. He has got the whole shot. He's got the 58 of Ryder Bednar, the 103 of Walter Gebhardt right behind him, but should we get our pillows out already for this heat race?
I don't know. Wallman might take it to him here.
Wallman's been pretty feisty. He almost won a race a couple weeks ago.
He might do something just for you. I think he might make an early attempt just because you're here. So let's see. These guys, dude, super close after one whole lap here. But Seth Carr just has insane speed. Walter Gebhardt is one of the only guys out there that I feel like could match Seth Carr lap for lap.
Just another day at the practice track for the district boys right now. It's Carr and Gebhardt pulling away. What's up, my dudes? Hanging out in third place right now. Spencer Turley's up there. You also got Bednar, Castellaneta, Arnbrister, Rockefeller, Devin Ryan, Rasmus Balzer in the transfer spots. Looks like Logan Leitzel was up here and went down. He is going backwards right now as these guys getting away. Ooh, look at that. Cheeky over the single and then a 4 all the way into the corner. All right, we got to see this weekend, Harlan. You got to triple in up the roller right there.
Yeah, we'll see how they build it, but there's a slim chance.
Did you ever roll Seek Bounce 3 in Indy?
No. Why would I do that?
Did you hit the quad at the... Was that Indy 2? The quad out, the triple quad that the top 250 guys were doing? What race was that?
Oh, at Arlington.
Arlington? Yeah, I did do that.
Oh,
I did.
Big.
I did.
Air Grant.
I went triple quad and then roll through the loops like an absolute bozo.
I know Derek Kelly's on the 250, but I was asking him, and I asked him, he's like, no, dude.
Okay, but legit.
DK's too big to do that.
Dude, he's tall, but he's freaking trim now, dude. He's so skinny.
When you do that quad, even if you kind of grease the landing, is it still kind of hard on your wrists and feet? Because you're so high in the air.
I frame cased it the first time I hit it, and I was really expecting something bad to happen, and I was fine. So,
look at that factory Kevin Moran's racing suspension hard dogs.
I mean, the guys at REP got me dialed in. So
yeah, you're looking sharp lately. That's good to see. Okay, back to the racing action. We got Seth Carr, Gebhardt, Castellaneta, Bednar, and Turley. We'll just have a podcast.
Seth Carr's kind of like it like that.
Whenever we'll wait a few laps to see who's in that transfer spot. I was kind of pulling for Leitzel there. The lone CRF 450 guy on the track, but
Devin Ryan and Chase B 9-10, 2 seconds apart. Same team. Devin Ryan OG sim from NorCal. Ooh, Chase B from Oregon. So not too far away from each other. Longtime friends, and we'll see what happens there if these guys get into it or if they can both make it through this is what they're hoping for. Has been a rough year for the Jason Anderson lookalike, but Chase B always looks good on the 21. Every team that Jason Anderson's on, Husky, Cowie, Suzuki, Chase B makes his team model it because he's been number 21 for a while now. So
yeah, is that his career number?
It's pretty sick. Yeah,
I mean, you might as well. Maybe.
Yeah. And he's just kind of that type of guy, like a just DGAF type of guy. So it's pretty sick because his kits always change, but they're always pretty close to replicas.
Maybe time to switch it up. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, it might be. You might have to next year. So.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Johnny Padani moves up. So Chase B dropped back to 11th. Devin Ryan still on the bubble, but 2 seconds out front of Padani. Padani, though, definitely I feel like a bigger name, faster name. Like feels like he should be in this one. So especially with a potentially weaker challengers. What
oh
the?
My gosh! That line.
It's like doubling from that inside roller. That's nuts.
You know what I heard this year, A-Wood, before the season is Johnny Padani would not race every race. Only going to make the first couple, 3, something like that, and then would not race anymore after that. And my guy's 8th in 450 standings. So I don't know, man. I'm probably a worse journalist in MX Sim than I am in real life at this point. But he is just going after it right now. Look at this pass attempt. No, not quite. On Devin Ryan going at it, trying to move up a position. And this is actually not for transfer anymore. They have moved up to 8th and 7th, respectively, Padani and Devin Ryan, and bumped Chase Blakely back to the bubble spot. So now it's Isaiah Dickerson's turn to try to get up here and ruffle some feathers on the 21 machine.
I don't know why this is freezing. Yeah, our live timing's not doing very good over here. But every time I look over... Yeah, but now it's stuck on 16, 13, 12, and then it like sticks, and then sometimes it'll just completely stop.
Weird.
It's fine. Chase B is now 1 spot out, though. Isaiah Dickerson in front of him, and this is a nice, tight little battle. As we have Seth Carr checked out 11 seconds out front, so this is really the whole race right here. So seeing with this BPC sandwich, if Isaiah Dickerson can move up and kind of get away from those guys behind him, getting that big triple in, but having to hit in the bails and having to kind of hit the brakes there behind Devin Ryan. All these guys are riding pretty good, though. Not a lot of big crashes out of this group.
Yeah, this is a good ride for Isaiah Dickerson to get back into the mix as well and make that pass stick on Chase Blakely. On the 260 is Isaiah Dickerson, now working on the 40, or the 90, I should say, of Devin Ryan. Still Carr, Castellaneta, Bednar, Gebhardt, Turley out front. And we're still watching this great transfer spot battle. I guess while these guys settle for just a minute, we did have a request for some Spencer Turley on board, so we are up in space. We're riding the Galaxy program now in P5. And I'll tell you what, A-Wood, his suspension looks absolutely ridiculous because I don't think that thing has any oil in it whatsoever. It goes all the way to the stops in every single corner.
I kind of like it, though. That's how I used to like to ride my bike in sim, too. I remember,
Look at this. Just lands and just
my oil level used to be like 9 or something, and I freaking loved it that way, especially like outdoors, just like a super dead rear. But it is crazy how hard he hits, that he can kind of make it through these rhythm sections when you're hitting triples and quads and not get kind of kicked from it,
or legs
compressing all the way down. Yeah, especially, or having that fall off threshold pass. So pretty good, though. Do you know this guy? You know Spencer Turley? He's played since like 2012.
I mean, he's got the same bike graphics since 2012.
He does. He actually still riding the 2013.
I was gonna say same model.
Yep. And nice.
We just need his graphic settings when we go on board to really just get in the vibe.
I'm sure it's probably like some crazy reshade.
He's got some reshade that makes it look like you're riding on the moon. Yeah.
Is that what it is? I thought it was just like 144p.
It's like stars. I think he made a track too that was like a racetrack that looked like you were in space way back in the day.
I remember that, yeah.
I don't know. He's a special guy. I used to hate him, talk so much smack, but now he's like still around doing it, and he's gotten the fastest he's ever been. So I'm just such a big fan now.
White flag out, by the way. Speaking of special guys, Seth Carr out front on a 49.7. Devin Ryan going down. Was in a transfer spot, and BAC,
not gonna lie,
Braden Castellaneta is going to go by, and Devin Ryan now outside looking in back here with Chase B. So the BPC teammates, tough look for the Zooks out here. Not going to make it through this heat unless something dramatic changes. Meanwhile, Seth Carr takes the win up front. Walter Gebhardt cruising it in for a P2. How about a nice little ride for the 58 of Ryder Bednar here in third. Turley fourth, Padani fifth, Balzer sixth. Arnbrister back here in 7th. You got Caleb Hall in 8th and Castellaneta 9th. They should be safe and sound in the final two corners right here. And the two Zooks back behind him of Blakely and Devin Ryan going to miss out. So Castellaneta, the man who builds these racetracks, going through to the main event here tonight in P9.
So you're telling me he's cheating?
No. I mean, if he builds the tracks every single week, he's having a pretty bad season by his standards, considering that.
That's true. He used to whole shot every race, too, and he
Battle
can't
for
buy a start to
wins
save his life. So
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, Isaiah sold too because it looked like he was
He did so. You're right.
pretty far in at one point.
Wow. Yeah, you grabbed me one.
Can you?
Vilars, Pablo Vial, Sonny Spicer, Heilman, your boy Leitzel. Oh,
I'm just looking at the lap times,
Tough break for
and
this dude.
honestly, it's gonna be a long night for the 450 class against Seth Gark.
yeah.
About a 3-second gap.
Got Lawrence-esque?
I mean, when he wants to put it on, it seems like he can. He's really got like the good corner speed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, from like I said, I've watched a few of his main event videos.
Yeah.
It just seems like he just goes fast. Like, it's not like he's doing anything different. He's just the little stuff here and there,
Right.
like throughout the corner. He's just quicker.
Is that how you feel sometimes when you watch like the top guys? You're like, if I just did this a little better everywhere, I'd be that, or no?
I mean, it's really that simple.
Is it? Yeah.
Like a little bit through the jumps and a little bit through the corners.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the hesitations I may have here and there, and the flow. Like, I mean, Indy, I qualified 12th. I was ahead of Marchbanks and AP
Yeah.
in qualifying. And it's like, I feel like that lap for me was just one of those where I feel like everything went right.
Right.
But it was obviously, it's more easier said than done to do that.
Definitely
So.
easier said than done for sure. But no, that was a hell of a lap in Indy. And you felt very good, I'm sure, to look at that lap time on the board and not have to go to the LCQ. You're just straight in. But
Yeah,
I did hear that you were also like, I better run a second one in case sound fails.
Yeah, I was freaking out. I'm like, dude, they're gonna pull me for sound. I'm gonna fail. At first, I couldn't even find my lap time because I was like, I wasn't looking that high. I was looking at that 17, 18 spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it's one of those things where we're trying to figure out the perfect lap, but make that standard.
Right. All right, one more heat race coming up here tonight. It's 450 Heat 2 coming at you. And then we'll have our Race Factory Gaming next race after that. So stay tuned if you've been watching with us all this time. Thanks for watching so far. If you're just tuned in to watch one of your favorite amateur racers here tonight, they're coming up soon. They are coming up soon. And we got to get through this heat race here first. All right, 450 Heat 2 coming at you. We got Braden Carter, Colby Eaglin, Leclerc, Seth Shirley, Jeremy Siebold, Tyler Lang, Tyson Fresquez. Oh, he's back. Can we get a look at the 292 in here? The 4-time Supercross champion. First race he's made it into all season long. And he is indeed back racing behind the gate here with us tonight. So that is great to see for Mr. Tyson Fresquez. Let's see how he gets off the gate here to the outside. Uses that classic prowess, and actually not too bad of a start for the 292. We'll see how he does. But it is Seth Shirley up the inside. Who is going to get the whole shot? And Connor Linz to the outside. Speaking of the OGs back here tonight, Linz with a great start early on in this one is right there with him. Leclerc right behind him. Going to get a little bit sideways is Connor Linz, but he's up in second place early on. This is a great start for the former race winner and series champion in 250 class racing. Leclerc going at him, going to get by. They're back and forth here. A couple rivals from yesteryear going at it. Eagland up here in the mix as well, but they're all chasing Seth Shirley at the end of lap number 1. A couple familiar faces in here. Andrew Wood, this is great to see.
Yeah, dude, Tyson Fresquez being back is sick, so this has made my day already. But yeah, Connor Linz, haven't seen him around in a while, and it's fun to see the 3-digit riders kind of back in the game, kind of getting into it, and especially with a good start and a good showing so far. But going to be hard to chase down when you're sandwiched between Shirley, Leclerc, and Eaglin. So we'll see how long he can hold on to this thing. Hopefully he can keep it running.
Ooh, and the Leclerc mistake. So Linz is actually going to get back by him and up into the 2 spot. He's looking feisty here tonight as he hops his way through the whoops, and Leclerc goes for a bit of a ride off the track. Eaglin's going to go through. Wyatt Grant, Vanderbeek also through. And J.R. Reyes and Alec Horn. Look at Fresquez up here as well. He just put a couple guys down. He's up in the 8th spot. The 4-time Supercross champion. 6 years, I believe, since he's even tried to race a Race Factory Gaming Pro Race, and he is back with a vengeance. He's tried to qualify the last handful of weeks, but this is the first time we've actually seen him out here make it into the night show, and he's dealing with Nick Thomas-Sunis, the White Lightning, alongside of him. Cross jump! Oh, and he's down, and Nicky T is down with him. You hate to see it, Hard Dog.
Oh, you hate to see it. Is this his first race?
It's the first one he's made.
He's made, yeah.
Wow.
So it's his first one in a long time, and he's going to go back to, looks like he is down in 18th. So
I feel like he came back just for me.
Maybe he did. He's like, I got to come back for Hard Dog calling the action.
He just knew I needed somebody to recognize.
They should ban Nicky T for that. Because Tyson's actually the GOAT. So that just feels illegal.
God, that was crazy with Vanderbeek sideways in the whoops.
Oh,
woo, someone exiting stage right. That was Ethan Gerst.
Someone just did a front flip.
That was Seabolt in the rhythm section. Now he's going inside to outside. You got T-Lane. Look at Gerst. Yeah. 4 riders going down the start straight together, and then none of them are. Well, actually, Gerst is in the final transfer spot. He just got by Seabolt for it. D. Davis right there on the 71. T-Lane behind them, and a host of other riders right there with them as well. This is great. Look at Seabolt. He's thinking inside. Not going to get there just yet. Feisty transfer spot battle. If you're Ethan Gerst right here, Hard Dog, you have got to be sweating bullets with this list behind you.
Yeah, I was hearing before, like during the 250 heat races, that those guys were a little bit more sporadic, but I'm thinking the 450 guys are the sporadic ones.
They're not supposed to be like this.
They are.
Oh,
loose.
he went for a quad and jumped off the track.
tunnel.
He went to quad triple there.
We're getting cuts there, so he's gonna have to lock in.
Yeah, with that. Not hitting those jumps and stuff.
Yeah, that's about a second of cuts right there.
Yeah,
he's got to get another couple spots and move forward.
Yeah, especially with so many guys right on his ass. Huge hit.
Seabolt went for it, and we got J.R. Reyes getting back on the track sideways in front of him. So Gerst, through all that, is still in 9th, actually. He lost a spot, then gained a spot back. It's Vanderbeek and D. Davis who went by. Leclerc up the road a little bit as well. Shirley's still leading this thing, but all the chaos is back here. Gerst, Vanderbeek, everybody's going at it. D. Davis just in front of him. And no one wants this position just yet. It is musical P9 at the moment, and hasn't settled down.
Do you see what's going on down 18th place?
I do see that as Gerst goes over
goes
the bars,
down, loses transfer to
the
Reyes.
transfer spot. And to your point, Mr. Andrew Wood, Braden Carter, 4-time Supercross champion. The 2 4-time Supercross champions are 18th and 19th in this heat. Well, Carter just went by as well, but 8 championships between them. Last and last year,
he's down again.
Going to be last again as he just pirouettes down onto the ground. So look at this. These are the 2 most successful riders in MX Simulator Supercross history, and they are dead last and second to last in a heat race right now. Kind of crazy to see this, actually.
I just know the district design Discord is just letting them have it right now.
Oh, F-bombs galore right now dropping from Braden Carter. He's so pissed for sure, and going to try to settle down and make it work, but so far, not great, and I don't think he's going to get there in this heat race. He doesn't have enough time, I think, to get up there anymore.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him in the LCQ.
He's just been to too many LCQs. That's the thing. He's been just that tick off this year that his best isn't as good as it has been. As Linz is holding on for a transfer spot right here, and he's going to be just short of it right now. We got a guest appearance coming in. Ooh, Connor Linz gets another spot right there, so that moves into the transfer.
Hold on, Holly, my daughter would like to say something.
He was crying so much because he's tired. But when he was brushing his teeth and flossing, he just stopped a little bit, and now he stopped.
Are you okay at least?
Yes.
Good, okay. Good night. I love you, sweetheart. Good night, okay?
Look how happy he is now.
So, yeah, Connor Linz is fighting for his life trying to get around Jeremy Seabolt.
Yeah, back in the 10th now.
Got my little man in the seat with me as well, watching the racing action. Let's see if he wants to say anything. Okay. Night-night, buddy.
I really wish our timing and scoring was accurate.
Dude, it sucks. It's so bad right now.
So Linz is still just out of a transfer spot behind Jeremy Seabolt. They got to go try to run down Nicky T together. Still not white flag. Leaders did make it back in again, and it's Colby Eaglin who is long gone at the front right now. Alec Horn, Seth Shirley, Wyatt Grant, Alexis Leclerc, Devin Davis, J.R. Reyes, Nick Thomas-Sunis, and Jeremy Seabolt are the transfer spots right now. Linz is still lurking back there And Nicky T under attack right now, A-Wood, from Jeremy Seabold. I feel like Nicky T's got to feel a little bit of this pressure because if he gets past, then he's on the bubble, and Connor Linz will be right there.
Yeah, I think Seabolt's definitely more comfortable in this bubble spot than Nick, but I think maybe he's getting a little bit nervous too, just having someone breathing down your neck. I feel like since he's so close to the rear of him, I think if he gets by, maybe he can just kind of settle in and try to follow that pace. Ooh, rider down in front of him, so they're both going to move up. So now they're off the bubble, and Reyes was down and Linz is into it.
No, because Vanderbeek got by, but Vanderbeek and Linz are going back and forth with this rhythm section. 2 riders down the inside past Linz as he jumps off the track. That was T-Lane going by, as was Jack Mark going through. So Vanderbeek is now in the bubble position here in 9th. He's got 1 lap to hold it on, and there's still 5 riders in a row right behind him. How about the Belgian rider for Impact? Does he hold on this final lap of the race?
I mean, you got to think he looks like he's flowing.
Oh, and then wait a minute, that was D Davis was down, and T-Lane goes by. So T-Lane goes by as D Davis goes down. Colby Eaglin takes the win up front, but all the action still with this transfer spot battle. Tyler Lang is in, and he's got to get a clean run through the whoops to make it, with D Davis still lurking back there and a couple other guys trying to make it in. Well, D Lang hopping, skipping, and jumping through the whoops. He does hold on. And those 2 guys battling behind him are slowing each other down.
Oh!
T-Lane slides
Lost his
out,
rear.
and he hits
Braden Carter?
Right there. That was Carter.
So
going
Devin
out.
Davis maybe would have got taken out. If Carter could have gotten through that cleanly, he would have had a shot in the final corner.
Devin
Wow, I didn't even
Davis
see
makes
that.
It in, and Braden Carter misses out. So Carter going to the LCQ. T-Lang, Jack Mark, J.R. Reyes, Pachon, Whelan, Linz, Gerst, Deering, and Fresquez from this group. And I cannot believe that sequence right there, because D. Davis, I thought he was warming his arm up to throw it away, and by golly, does he hold on that last lap.
Dude, that second to last corner when they do the 2-3-3-2, we've seen so many people, like 4 or 5 guys in that one corner. I think that outside's super far away, and so people can just dive up that inside, but we see them almost stop, and it seems like multiple times a race we see like 5 guys in there that are all going different speeds in different directions, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of carnage there and a lot of passing spots.
Wow, that what a crazy sequence of events that was right there, and great way to end our heat racing action tonight. Man, that was chaotic to say the least, but now we are set and ready to go into our RF Next program coming up here in just a minute, and we'll get that going in moment here. So I'm gonna actually send you guys to a quick commercial break. We'll come back on the other side of this with more of round 10 of Race Factory Gaming Supercross, brought to you by Underground RC. Stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back into round number 10 of the Underground RC Supercross Championship live here on Start Your Systems. We have got RF Next coming at you. This is 8 minutes plus a lap. I wanted to do a lineup check, but they were back in and out of here quickly, so now you guys will get a chance to see this, and I need Luke Scheffler to get these Triple Crown points off of our screen. That's okay. Here we go.
Why? I was wondering the same thing.
RF next, coming at you here. First time of doing it. This is all the amateur competitors that race every single Sunday. First time on the broadcast, live here from Birmingham. It is time to drop the gate. Land rush into turn number 1. The 53 machine up the inside's trying to get there, but it is actually Tyler Clipfel, Do Racing, that leads him in. Travis Mosser from MotoView, the 713, gets the whole shot. Jack Rogers right there alongside of him. It's actually the 153 of Jack Rogers. And Jay Gianni in the 3 spot. Brady Olson, Ryder Thompson, Davis Daniels, Tyler Clipfel came through. Derek Jones, Luke Scheffler, and CJ Bernard inside of the top 10. Early runnings here. Tate Reed down in 17th place for those fans watching at home. But Travis Mosser, the early race lead here, A-Wood.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of carnage there, so it's going to be interesting to see which guys just were able to survive and which weren't. Maybe we get some guys kind of coming up through the pack, but great start right here by Mosser and looking good so far. I think the biggest difference you're going to see in this class is just consistency. Maybe how consistently they're able to get the rhythms clean. Definitely a lot more falling, and then that start as well, I think, is always going to be a little bit messier. But so it'll be interesting to see out of Mosser, Rogers, and Gianni up front, which one of these guys in the top 3 are going to be able to just keep it on 2 wheels and kind of get all the rhythms. And Mosser is greasing them right now.
All right, so I'm just turning the stat bug off because it keeps coming back on. So my bad for leaving there for a second. We've got Mosser in the lead from Rogers and Gianni in the 3 spot. Ryder Thompson going at it side by side with Tyler Clipfel. Oh, cross jump, and they takes him out. So that was a cross jump right there by Thompson, and Clipfel goes down. Looks like Brady Olson, Davis Daniels is going to get a spot because of it, and a few more riders going through. Derek Jones also went by, and then Hunter Fuller, Clipfel gets up in front of Marcus Trujillo, and then there is CJ Bernard on the 775, Ryder Thompson, and then Luke Scheffler, Dalton Gunterman, Sterling Lofthouse. I love that name. That's a great name. Cole Harkins right there as well. Dannon Reed, Braden Hashman.
That's a horrible name, Dannon.
Tate Reed, Gage Brown, Nicholas Hewitt, Chucky Nygren, and then Carson Allred back here in the final position right now. So that is a run through the field just to get some names out there so you guys see where your favorite competitors are on the racetrack here. As, looks like some chaos commencing in the whoops. That was Jay Gianni going down. He had just moved up into the 2nd position, and that is a tough break for him. We got some shuffling around going up here because now Mosser still leads, but Brady Olson is up into the 2 spot. And he's got a bit of a fan base here watching tonight, so they're going to be stoked to see him up there. Rogers, jumping Jack Rogers, that is, goes back to the 3 position. Mosser looks like he might be in trouble here. These guys are closing in quickly, A-Wood.
Yeah, not as comfortable up front as he would kind of like with these guys. A lot of switching around behind him, but he's been the only steady one we have so far. I think as Gianni is just falling down, dropping like a rock. I love that on the timing you can just see people when they just fall. They just slowly fall down the list. I think it's really interesting to see these guys who's kind of moving their way up and if they can stay there at the end. I feel like there's going to be a lot of shuffling. Mosser already looks good from that good start and holding on to it. Kind of nailing most of the rhythms too. Every time we see him, he's kind of getting the triples in clean and all that stuff. So not really having to push too hard or ride over his head. He's not nearly the fastest guy on the track, but he's the one who's stayed on 2 wheels and has put himself in the best spot.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a gap going, like you said, 2.3 seconds now over Brady Olson, Jack Rogers, and then Derek Jones. Jones is having a great ride on the 318 up into 4th. Tyler Clipfel still right there inside of our top 5, but he's feeling the heat from Hunter Fuller. Fried Boys program going for the over table quad double to the inside. Clipfel tripling to the outside still holds on to the position, so a nice run there for him. And it looks like we have dropped Jack Rogers down the order a little bit here. I think he went down at the end of that rhythm section. He has slipped back to 6th. So a tough break there for Jack Rogers. Under attack now from Dalton Gunterman. Gunterman almost over the bars, and Rogers around the outside swoops in to hold position. Meanwhile, a little battle going on here between Jay Gianni, Sterling Lofthouse, and Davis Daniels. So that's a nice battle up inside of the top 10. All these guys are actually inside of the top 10. So good to see some good runs for these guys. I don't know. I feel like all these guys are going to be happy to have any result, but a top 10 here tonight in RF Next, I feel like should be a good vibe for these guys, right, Harlan?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Honestly, I wasn't sure how good these guys were going to be. I feel like with the amateur racing on Sunday, usually having 3 days of qualifying, that, you honestly see sometimes they're faster than the pro guys. So I was kind of expecting, maybe some sandbagging here, and I thought I recognized some of these names from back in the day that may have raced pro at some point or another. But looking at the lap times, I think most of these guys fit in with the SMX next. So hopefully they're content with their results and they're having fun. But I got to imagine there's some people that might not be.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think anybody outside the top 10 is going to hope they had a little better showing here tonight. But anybody right now inside the top 10 having a pretty good ride. I feel like Jack Rogers probably thinks he should be battling for the lead, but that crash really hurt him. Hunter Fuller's been going forward. And speaking of going forward, Derek Jones up into second place now. He got around Brady Olson, so this is a really nice run for the 318. Unfortunately for him, it's all coming with an absolute runaway by our guy Travis Mosser out front, the MotoView ride. The 713 out to a 10.9 second lead. In fact, it just went up over 11 seconds right there. So he is really cooking in the race lead. 2 minutes to go in this race. Trying to lock it down. Does he just lock it down into a bit of a management mode here, Harlan, or is he going to maybe try to push this all the way to the flag?
I was just thinking about how maybe he might get moved up here after this weekend, and then he absolutely botched those last two sections. So I got to think with 2 minutes and a lap to go, he kind of maybe tries to take it easy, but also kind of stay in his rhythm and keep moving forward. But looks like they're maybe getting into some lappers here, so we'll see how that plays out for them.
Yep, the lappers could come into play. Also, just a little mistake here, a little mistake there, and then a crash really could ruin his race. So got to lock in and try to bring this thing all the way home. Seeing the gaps between these guys, Gunterman's still trying to work on Jack Rogers. Brady Olson has slipped back a little bit. He was in second at one point. He is now back to sixth. So a bit of a tough ride here for him. Tyler Clipful now closing up, going with the over table option here. What I do like is that I feel like I'm noticing with these RF Next racers that the option lines are being taken pretty much everywhere. Not a lot of the crazy just full send, go for the big lines. They're kind of scaling back and taking what's given to them. If they don't perfectly downside a rhythm section, they're not going to go for the big line. And I like to see that. I feel like growing and just trying to learn the game and not push the envelope too much.
I think it's pretty cool because as Gianni cases that right there, but a lot of times in the pro race, it's like you're hitting 18 out of 20 laps, you're hitting the triple quad or whatever the ideal line is, unless you make a big mistake. But just kind of knowing when to back out of it is such an important thing, though, because that's keeping you on two wheels and getting a better result. As we saw a lot of big mistakes through that rhythm from these guys, as Davis Daniels is getting pressured from behind here. These guys are doing good, but they're still back in about 12th place. So.
Takes him out. Davis Daniels goes down. Don't want to cut in here, but we do have a battle for the lead starting to brew. And yes, Derek Jones has taken it over. We had 2 legs off crashes for our leader.
All the way to 5th.
Yeah, Mazda drops back to 5th, so that moves Derek Jones into the race lead, Hunter Fuller to second, and Dalton Gunterman in third. This has been a wild race. Some of the guys that we saw in the early lead of this group early on, like up at the top 3, have really struggled and faded back, and now Derek Jones has a chance to try to bring this thing home. White flag about to come out, and I don't want to say this thing fell into his lap, but he put himself in a great position, and this might be his opportunity to win it right here, Grant.
Yeah, that's the consistency for you. I think probably the most important part of especially for these guys, but this game as a whole, is not having those legs off, because sometimes they compound like they did for Travis Mosser.
I think it's cool because we don't really know these guys, so you don't know who's supposed to be up front. And there was probably 8 to 10 riders down off the start, and I think maybe Derek Jones and Fullers and Gunterman, these guys that are on the podium right now, are those ones who were able to kind of go down early, but just put in steady, consistent lap times and work their way up, whereas everyone else in the class, that's, I think, the biggest issue with them is just consistency. They all have 1 lap speed here or there, but awesome to see this ride come up and Derek Jones leading this thing around.
Consistency is key, and it's going to work in the favor of Derek Jones. Well, what a ride through the field for him to get to second, and he takes advantage of the late fall. The inaugural RF Next main event in Birmingham goes to Derek Jones as he wins on the 318. Hunter Fuller follows him over the line in second. Dalton Gunterman rounds out the podium. Great ride for all 3 of them, and quite close at the end as well. It's going to be a 4th place finish for Tyler Klipfel, and Travis Mosser rounds out the top 5. Jay Gianni gets back into the 6th spot. Brady Olson 7th. Jack Rogers 8th. Sterling Lofthouse in 9th. And Dannon Reed climbs all the way up into a top 10 position here late and will hold on the 808. Good ride for him. Behind that, Ryder Thompson. Davis Daniels getting taken down right here at the end. He gets teed up a little bit by Gage Brown, who goes by. Marcus Trujillo runs into him, and they're going to lose a couple positions. Cole Harkins is going to gain a spot here. And right back at him. Trujillo gets taken down right in the flag here as Braden Hashman goes by. Carson Allred will go by. And Luke Scheffler. Davis Daniels goes over the line. Chucky Nygren, Marcus Trujillo. Tate Reed finishes up right here in the 21st position. And Nicholas Hewitt crossed right behind him, but it looks like Trujillo ends up in dead last. He got stuck on the finish line jump. Tough break for him. He was going at it in a couple of good positions. But many, many congratulations to our inaugural winner of the RF Next program, Derek Jones. 56.2 at the end, 56.1 his best lap. He wasn't the fastest, but he was the most consistent, and he gets it done here tonight.
Yep. I was just telling Grant, the team names on all the SMX Next kids, they look like Xbox Live gamer tags.
Oh, are they? I wasn't looking too much at them.
There's like Fried Boys and like
Two Nuts
and Four Sass and the Crudy X Hungy and like.
At least it's not like lowercase x, capital X, lowercase x.
Oh,
there's a Sass Boys with dollar signs. So.
The Sass Boys? Oh,
that
man.
was just so funny just watching through.
Back to 2012.
Yeah. Or MX Bikes Racing where everyone's still running. I think that's one thing they got kind of right. You know what's crazy, though? I think this is pretty cool because these guys are going to get the screen time, but we're also going to see who is good and kind of court of public opinion, be able to be like, oh, this guy needs to move up. He's fast, consistent. AMS wasn't really a thing, or I think it was maybe in 2012 when I started, but you didn't want to race AMS. So I just started racing pro. And if I didn't qualify, I didn't qualify. And you just like race yourself to be good. I think once they seriously started doing AMS in like 14, 15, 16, there would be guys who were like, nah, I'm an amateur racer and I'm going to stay there forever. And they would actively try to sandbag and didn't want to move up. Whereas early on, it was like, no, I want to be on the live stream. And I want to get mentioned and I want to get points. And I think this is going to hopefully help make people want to get out of AMS. Yeah, we can showcase them once or twice, but we can see the up-and-coming guys, and they want to get on the stream, and they want to be here week after week, kind of battle with the people that we see week in week out. So I hope it helps instead of hurts having these guys on here. But
well, what it definitely does help is it gets these guys the experience of, okay, this is how quick a race night happens, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't get a lot of time to qualify. I have to really figure out this track quickly. I have to dial in my lines and know how to race it in a short span, because the flip side of it is we have all these guys that are really good amateurs. They move up and they kind of struggle because they aren't good at that, right? Like right away, they are a little bit wonky and all over the place, and their racecraft isn't maybe as good. So even this could help bridge that gap where a guy like Derek Jones, who we just saw out there, could move up and be a force to be reckoned with right away.
I bet you a lot of these guys too, a lot of them I'm sure are teenagers and stuff. That's like a legit thing you got to battle, like your parents trying to cook you dinner and like having the race go, dude. You got to tight, you miss your race, you got to go semi, LCQ, all that stuff. I used to get in so many fights with my parents, like missing dinner. I can't. Fuck,
I'm racing right now. Leave me alone.
You're like 20 minutes into a 30+2.
Close the door on your way out.
Yeah.
I can't pause it.
Sweating your ass off.
Pause it, yeah.
Dude, my room in summer being SoCal, 30+2s, mid-nationals.
It's warm in here right now, too.
Yeah, it's hot as hell. And we have more people, but
yeah,
it's horrible. Legit 100+ degrees in the room.
Just you're trying to feel the vibes of what it's really like to race a national, man.
Yeah, it's easy.
I mean,
dirt bikes are easy.
I mean, nationals are easy. You just twist the throttle.
Well, because you're good at them.
No, man, that's what they
No,
say,
man.
dude. You just sit on the bike.
Oh yeah, I see. That's what they say. Yeah.
All right, 250. Wait, what is this?
It's 250
mixed
LCQ.
coast LCQ.
Yep, mixed coast LCQ. I don't know why there's 25 bikes on the line or something crazy like
Honestly.
that. But here we go into turn number 1. First time the East and the West have met, and it's for an LCQ. into turn number 1. It's Thorson who comes out with the early lead. He crosses up one of the Dr. Do bikes and takes him down. So Thorson into the lead, Nerona second, Fatosa third, and Delaire in fourth. And a massive pileup starting to brew behind them as a few guys getting away just a little bit. And now Landon Walters goes down, takes out some more people with him. Dylan Bollinger goes by, and let the chaos commence. This is why we like these races, A-Wood. The chaos is aplenty in these ones.
Yeah, it's a shit show. Dylan Bollinger looking good so far right off the rip here. Getting a good start. LCQs are crazy, and we got the mixed coast. So a lot of these guys haven't raced against each other, too. Sorry, he's not getting good. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You okay, man?
Yeah. Trying to talk while I was walking around the room didn't really help. But Bollinger, honestly, not a good start, though. Wants to be higher than this. And honestly, short races with a bunch of guys you don't know how to race around. And I think a lot of fast guys missed the main event tonight. We're going to have to be looking all the LCQs. I think it's very important to get a start, and he's not looking good so far.
Yeah, Bollinger mistake, and Tyler Shoei goes by into the final transfer spot. So Nerona, Thorson, Delaire, Shoei. Oh, and Shoei's getting sideways. He's going down in the whoops, and a few more riders stacking up behind him. That's going to allow the 411 of Steven Short to go by, and he's getting sideways as well. It's all starting to kick off. So LCQ pressure is on Grant Harlan. Will Now is right there, and all these guys are on the struggle bus. What are you doing in this situation if you're Steven Short? Are you just trying to sprint, or is there anything you can do to mitigate the pressure you're feeling?
I mean, again, try not to crash. I think at some point all of these guys are going to go down once or twice. So if you can just not crash and let everyone else make those mistakes, that's your best shot. Who are we looking for in this LCQ that needs to get in for something important?
Joey Carter, definitely in the mix on the 20. He's really good. Nerona, who just went down, he's also very good. But I think behind that, it's kind of just a lot of guys that are...
But he's leading. Is McIntosh in the points? Because he's...
Yeah, is there any title guys that are...
Not really.
Out of the heat, or did everyone go through? And
most of the title stuff is East, and most of the top East guys made it through. So
gotcha. So there's nothing where
nothing
somebody
crazy
has to make it in to stay in it here.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, we're just dealing with the mid pack guys that are trying to get in.
Yeah, unless there's like a 7th place in the title that's maybe like 19 points back that we don't know. But the leaders are 12 off. Nerona's big slide out there gets hit, loses 2 spots, or stays on 2 wheels, but loses 2 spots to Will Now. So,
and he stacked up Joey Carter, who, if you remember our last West Coast race in Seattle, he was leading with 3 corners to go and crashed in the sand and coughed it up to Cash Woods, which was a tough break. And now it looks like his first race back, a Showdown, is not going his way either. He's down in 11th. Will Now moves into the transfer spot, but Shovi and Nerona are still right there, man. This is really close, and anything could happen with these guys. Oh, that's right. Frank Jackson is 5th in East. Not really the closest, but he's out of this as well. He is in 24th place, so he is not going to go through. And yeah,
24th is pretty far back for an LCQ, which I don't...
You shouldn't even be there, but...
Well, apparently there was UID grab issues, so they had to allow a couple extra guys in or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Jeff Cooper is chosen 25th.
Yeah, Jeff Cooper.
I don't know what happened there.
Down bad right there. Dan White, Tucker Zimmerman, all those guys having a bad motor
my boy
now.
Dan, I was just in Discord before I drove over here with him.
Oh, really?
He was like, yeah, I got 4th at A1. And I was like, oh.
Dan White, man. Dan generic White. Man.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't know. He told me he got 4th at A1, and I was like, oh, 250 class? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, doesn't really count.
Doesn't count. Oh, Will Now crosses over in front of Tyler Shovi, and they both end up going down and losing a spot to Nerona. Oh! Now they're running into each other, and they're both down again. Tyler Shovi rode out of that. What even is that? That is unbelievable. And then he gets teed up in the next corner by Timor. What is happening right now? So Timor goes through into 4th, Shovi back to 5th. Brazilian flags in the chat. Andre Feitosa is also in the mix in 6th right now. So this is getting a little bit chaotic here with only 30 seconds left on the clock. But Timor into the final transfer spot out of nowhere with a bit of chaos happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now in the room on the screen.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
I'm a little overstimulated for a second. But you got the super wife coming in and bringing us waters. So
yeah, this ice cold water.
Honestly. Yeah, crushing it, helping a lot
toasty here. In here.
Timor's got some competition though, right on his rear wheel though. God dang it.
That is Tyler Shovi.
Joey Carter. It's Showy. He's got the same gear. I think on Dr. Do Racing Team, maybe. Who knows?
No.
But look at this three-man battle here. Ooh, he's gonna get the line though, up the inside. Oh, and the hands each other.
Timur gets landed on by Tyler Shovey, and that's going to promote Andre Feitosa into the final transfer spot. Joey Carter's still in it with a shot here as Nerona's about to take the white flag out front, but Feitosa is in at the moment. Will he hold on as the white flag is in the air? Nerona, Thorson, short Feitosa. Joey Carter on the charge. He almost won a race last time out. Does he get into the showdown here in Birmingham? Grant Harlan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm either going to see this on Facebook Reels in 3 weeks or I'm not. So we'll see.
This guy's sick. Joey Carter is one of my favorites too. Fan favorite. I like that there's a couple of these guys too, and he started ripping in the last year or so. Went from a guy too, I feel like that was just making content to now actually just playing the game a lot and crushing it, having some good races. We see him pulling up here on the rear end of Feitosa a little bit as they go into this all-important big rhythm section here. Big mistake by Feitosa. Joey Carter's going to triple, double, try to get past him, but he goes down. Deep.
And Feitosa gets into him, and he's down. Who's going to get up first? Neither of them. It's Tyler Shovey going through with Timur still right there in the background. Shovey gets through the whoops clean, and he is good. Nerona wins. Thorson, short, should be fine. And Tyler Shovey, with one corner to go, has come back from the dead. He was down, and he comes through to make it. Tyler Shovey into the main event. Oh, Joey Carter's going to be crushed by that. Unbelievable.
I know Tyler Shovey's stoked, but I'd like to see that on Facebook Reels. Joey Carter. Make it happen. Okay. I see a lot of his clips on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know how I end up there, but I see them.
You use Facebook? You are Unk.
You know, I open it up here and there just to
lowball people in the marketplace.
No, I like those Facebook motocross groups where people just put the most outrageous stuff.
AI generated stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll end up on Reels on there somehow, and I just see Dr. dude.
I feel like
grinding.
That's like if you took Vital and just made it 10 times dumber, what you would get on those Facebook groups.
It's great.
Just everyone that posts is Johnny Hopper.
See,
you know,
but the fact that we're even talking about them means that more of it will happen.
Yeah.
I want more of it to happen. It's great.
They need to know that they're stupid though.
They don't. I don't think they do.
They do.
I think they think they're so funny. No, they don't.
I have this.
No, because there are accounts that post semi-legit news that think that they're the hottest shit.
Who's the really Hopper's the really dumb one?
No, Hopper's fine. I think
they're all great. Don't hate on the media.
The one that makes
Kellen's friends with all of them. They're all great.
That guy doesn't.
I'm not friends with all of them.
That guy. Sure. Okay, well, there's one of them. I'm pretty sure it's him. That's really bad. And we have one guy in our group chat that sends it all the time. He's a satellite fan, and he's like, "Is this real? Is this real?" And we're like, "Dude, no,
dude." The ones that get me,
you can't listen to that guy.
The ones that get me, I get it. Some people falling for Chase Sexton's talking to Triumph or whatever. I get that. I get some people falling for that. The ones that get me are the ones that say Ken Roxon signs exclusive $125 million Netflix deal to have a behind the scenes show about his life, and I'm like,
that's just a bot.
That is impossible. That's just a
bot.
But I know, but people fall for that. There's people in those groups that are like, no way, I can't wait to see this on Netflix. I'm going to watch it with my wife or whatever. And I'm like, idiots.
Those might be bots
so
too.
Dumb.
I'm going to be honest, Colin. But I said those people might be bots too. There's a lot
Cooksey,
of bots.
Cooksy's bad. No, Hopper's the bad one. Yeah, there we go. Sexton's not going to Triumph?
No, actually they did trade Sexton to Triumph
for Carmichael and Faulkner. I heard they were willing to give up.
The Carmichael
Faulkner.
deal didn't happen, but Faulkner and Sexton swap. That's happening.
Yeah, I wish we knew public salary so that we could have trades. You know, what was that one thing where they were like, "Oh, they swapped. They did a trade." I know, but it was not.
There was legit a trade though.
But it would be sick.
Yeah,
it would be sick if Sexton was so mad at Honda where he was doing fine and KTM where he was doing fine, and then he's like, "I want to go to Cowie," and they're like, "Well, you're making $3 million a year. So is this guy. You're both not happy. Fuck it." And we knew that would be so sick if they just moved him over.
I'd love to see they kind of already do this with the 250 trades.
I can't remember
Let's get a salary cap on these teams.
I can't remember the exact dynamic. I think Barsha was involved or something. He was on Yamaha. He wanted out. He was going to go to Gas.
Wasn't it with some of the 250
and
guys?
Nate Thrasher ended up on Yamaha because of that. He was a KTM Orange Brigade kid, and they traded and had some sort of contract thing crossover where Barsha could get out of his Yamaha deal early.
But that's that's weird. So, they're barding or hey, let's do this. It would be sick if they just did a Supercross and motocross, just a straight swap. You don't need that much time on the bike too if you're good. miss me with all that stuff.
You would know. You would know. You don't need that much time on the bike.
Look at Tomac going to KTM. Jet could ride a fucking beta.
Could he ride that Cowie?
Yes. Stock, and he'd probably win.
Stock. All right, here we go. 450 LCQ from Birmingham coming at you. Braden Carter's in this. He's got to make it through, as do many others. We're off and running. Let's see who gets the all-important hole shot. Pretty good start from Carter up the inside. He's going to get swooped around the outside. Connor Linz is there first, but he's not going to get it. It is Carter alongside Bryce Whelan side by side through the first rhythm section. Whelan with the quad takes over the early lead.
Oh my God,
he crosses
what a line.
up, hits Carter.
Wow, what
and
a save.
Tyson Fresquez is down. I saw Connor Linz down. Blakely goes through as Carter takes the lead. Blakely in a second. Ooh, and then Whelan gets the business. Heilman into third. 4 riders breaking away early on, and it's Carter in the race lead.
Is this the Unk LCQ?
It is pretty
This
young.
is just like retired old.
There's a lot of retired
MXM
dudes in this
players
LCQ, yeah.
They are.
battling.
They
for no
heard there
reason.
was only going to be 17 guys on the gate, and they were like,
Oh.
we got this.
Chase Blakely almost just got teed up by John Heilman. Heilman riding a little aggressive here right now. This is getting wild, and my wife is laughing heavy about something.
The
over there.
girls are
She's excited.
texting each other in the same room and laughing
That's
at
great. Oh, man.
Yeah,
probably
they're clowning on
all
us.
of us. Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just thinking about some of these guys having like wives and kids, getting off of work and being like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get on MX Simulator and." race
Are you
tonight."
coming at me right now, or
No,
what?
no,
what
no,
is this?
no, not. I mean, maybe a little bit.
All right.
But I'm more
jeez.
talking about these guys like racing. Like, yeah, I'm racing tonight, babe. And it's like you're 30. Maybe
There's
it's
a
time to
lot
hang
of
up
people
the-
that
Brutal.
do that in like all
Brutal.
games and all stuff.
Just
Like
calling
maybe
them out.
maybe it's time to hang the controller up.
No, man. No, these guys are still grinding. They're going for it.
Yeah. Who's a?
Is anybody
Can I-
actually? This is a great question. Is anybody have kids that is still making races?
No.
I don't think so, right?
There's gotta be.
There's got to be one of these guys has to have a kid somewhere.
I mean, Zach Dupuis.
Well,
Zach Dupuis
well,
did
maybe
it.
not.
I don't know, man. They're
Wait.
gamers. They're
Maybe
gamers.
not.
They're gamers.
Did Zach try to race after he had his daughter?
No, I don't think he did. I think
He
that
did
was,
try
that
to
was
call.
the end.
Okay, there's someone. We'll figure it out. I mean, unless Devin Davis got a couple out there that
They're
we don't know
saying
about.
Cody
Right.
Branson. Cody Branson.
Who the fuck is that?
No, I know who that is.
Yeah, Cody B. He's the one who always has the Rasta
Oh, he
kits and
runs
stuff.
Rossi. Yeah, he's like, okay, he's sick. I feel like Tyson's got a kid. Can we talk about the fact that
Tyson doesn't
Tyson
have a
came
kid.
back after like 10 years and he came in with one of the freaking sickest setups ever?
The setup
Like
is
that-
pretty.
The
is
Cowie
pretty-
with like the all white with like the icy blue. That's like one of my like favorite things. He looks good. Logan Leitzel's gonna have a kid soon. He's all wifed up.
Okay, we're getting updates. Caden Speck apparently has 2 kids and raced until he got banned last year for hacks. So cool on him. Seth Dever, he probably had to hack because he was slow.
He might have
He
The
had
kids
no
were slowing
time.
him down.
tire hacks.
Maybe. And then
Logan's
Seth
actually in
Devers
the
as well.
transfer spot. Come on,
Logan is
Logan.
in a transfer spot. He's in third. Anthony Pachone almost just ran it into him. Pablo Vial also in the mix as well. Devin Ryan, Isaiah Dickerson, Sonny Spicer. We got a freight train right here, fellas. Pablo Vial wants to get around Anthony Pachone for the final transfer spot. Does he do it?
Yes.
I mean, anything can happen at this point.
I want-
dude, these guys are maniacs.
I want them to fight so Devin Ryan goes through. But I honestly don't think that they have like real performance enhancing hacks on this game.
Look at this inside move gets it done.
Saying.
I feel like Pachone just gave it to him right there. That's a bit wild for a final spot in the LCQ right now.
Does he know that where's he from?
Does he know where he's from, Pablo
Yeah.
Vial? Yeah.
I would imagine he knows where he's from.
Because
Vial
of the French lag, is that what you're saying?
French? Yes. Yeah. And
I mean,
dirty.
he's just gonna wait for him to
dirty
go
and
down?
French.
the French love the white flag, throwing it up.
All
They
right.
do.
Uh,
Shout out Venezuela.
I mean, maybe
WBC.
he's just like, all right, I don't want to crash here. Don't take me out. You can go by.
I think you're safer
Oh,
riding your
oh,
own
wait.
race.
And there he goes.
oh,
right
You know
up
what
the
I
gets
mean?
it back.
inside.
Waited
that.
for a mistake, took the spot back.
Triple by. Got it
I was
done.
kind of like that, like when I knew I was faster than someone, but they were just on a good one or had like a bad lap or two, I just let people go. I'm like, I'm gonna beat you eventually.
Maverick asking why I barely had the RF Next skins. I downloaded everything that got sent to me or was put in the skins thread. I wasn't going to go through the amateur skins thread to try to download everything because there was going to be so much that I wouldn't end up getting. So I was trying to message people to have stuff send it to me, and like 6 or 7 guys sent them over. So sorry I don't have many of the skins, but hopefully for the next round in St. Louis, you guys can have them sent over. By the way, big crash for Pachone, hands it over to Vial, and Deering, T-Lang still right there as well. Going to try to get in the mix. I feel like T-Lang not making it in either the heat or the LCQ would be a big L here, A-Wood.
Yeah, I mean, he's battled for race wins this year, so you got to get in, especially in a weaker field. That's going to be a big miss, especially, I mean, when you're running. A lot of times really
that
good.
was Vial. That was Vial going down, so Deering into the final transfer spot right in front of T-Lang here.
Yeah, so T-Lang's on him, and time is just expiring. So 1.5 laps to go, diving up the inside. He should be able to make this pass work. Blocks him, cuts down in the whoops. They both get a drive, but T-Lang on top, skimming better. Gonna have him on the outside, though. Triple double here up the inside, so nice. Got Deering on the BPC Suzuki right behind him, but he is gonna get a little bit of a gap here and try to get away from him. Also, hold on, you golf?
Everyone.
Bro, you're going to be 30 with the kid, and you're going to go for a 6-hour round of golf. And there's like a 3-hour. I feel like playing the game for 3 hours is so much easier.
I love how hard you're defending the sim thing right now.
Well,
It's great.
I just remembered I mean, golf is my hobby, and I'm like, dude, yeah, you got to golf with kids. So, like, the sim thing, I don't know.
Speaking from experience, hard to golf with kids. So
Hard to golf without kids.
Golf is really hard.
Golf is hard.
Yep. T-Lang did make that
Sorry.
pass on Deering in the process of this conversation, by the way. So shout out to him. Braden Carter way out front takes the white flag. John Heilman second. Leitzel third. Grant, your guy Logan, he's pulling through for you right now. He knows you're watching, so he's riding his best he's been all year, basically.
I mean, he showed up to race tonight just because I'm here in studio.
Yep.
So shout out Logan. Definitely going to be making babies tonight after a man.
Ooh, all right, there we go.
And he's making the main, too, so.
Well, not if he sells.
Hopefully he doesn't sell.
He might.
This isn't a real life LCQ. He's not going to get past late.
Ooh.
I mean, I feel a little bit more confident for him here if he was on the 250. But.
I mean, he's pretty good on the 450, though. You know, doesn't have that number 3 for nothing. He's won a title.
Unbelievable, really.
Oh, jumps off the track, though. It's getting a little sketchy.
He's tight.
Carter takes the win out front. Heilman second. Leitzel jumping through the hoop-de-doos in third. On his way to the main event, Ash Deering got back by Tyler Lang, who disconnected. I don't know why T-Lang disconnected. But, he went down. So there's the update from iMoto. Thank you, Lane Burks, for the update. Ash Deering makes it through. A-Wood's favorite team on the track, the BPC Suzuki's, has one representative in the main event. It's Ash Deering. Team leader Chase Blakely going home early, as will Devin Ryan. But that's okay. That is okay. They have representation.
Sorry, Chase Donovan got me all heated. Chase Donovan was like, God forbid a man have a hobby. And then I started thinking about Mathis on LVK, talking about not having hobbies. And I was thinking about golf. And then I was just getting, I was like, golf's hobby. You could play the game. It's a hobby. So, yeah.
Okay, so Grant, you can sound in all this. We had a discussion on LVK.
I listened to it today, actually.
Okay, so are you team like me where you don't have to do a hobby all the time to still, it can be considered a hobby. You just don't have to like be obsessed with it. Or are you team Steve where like, it's only a hobby if you are so obsessed with it, it takes over your life?
I'm getting a death stare right now. I'd like to
I have
think
a question next.
that hobby, like a hobby would be something that takes up your time away from your career or work or whatever. So like for Steve, for example, I feel like his cycling stuff it's a hobby.
That's what I would say, yeah.
He uses it for fitness, but he's pretty hardcore about it. I would call that a hobby.
If you do it like more than once a week, that's a hobby and it's not your job. I feel like anything. Like you said, watching movies, like whatever.
But I would say like golf for me is a hobby, but I golf like 3 times a year maybe.
Yeah, golf
but
is a hobby. Riding dirt bikes is a hobby.
Yeah.
You don't do that a lot.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but is golf a hobby if you don't do it that much? Like I would
love to do it. I just don't like
if
have
you golf
the time.
3
Like,
times a year, I still think that's like a hobby you do.
Yeah.
A hobby, I feel like, is anything
I'm
that's
interested
not like
in it.
your job or like
A hobby to me is like, do you want to do it? I would love to
Going to
golf,
concerts,
but I would love to go to
traveling,
concerts, but it costs money.
golfing.
Like, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like to have something be a hobby, it has to be something you do or like
Regularly?
not maybe like, for example, golf. Like you might not be able to golf all the time, but how invested in the golf are you? Do you watch the tournaments on TV? Do you keep track of scores, players, or is it just like someone who's like, oh hey, do you want to go golf? And you're like, oh yeah, I can make time for it. Like what side of that coin are you on? Because I feel like if it's a hobby, it's something you're I would say that's invested.
Neil Wells almost has something crazy he said in chat. For Steve, cycling is almost like not even a hobby anymore. It's like a lifestyle. I mean, I guess it would still be qualified as like a hobby, but if you do something too much, like I feel like a hobby is normally something that's not your job that you do. But so yeah, Steve almost like does it too much.
Well, I mean, I think what you guys are describing is like, like you're it's not even a hobby anymore. It's obsession. I don't know the right word for it, but like you're so invested in it that it's not just a hobby. Like it's your life. It is a lifestyle, I guess. Yeah. So
almost something that takes over your life as much as your job does or your family is like can surpass being a hobby.
I'd honestly say for Steve at this point, being a podcaster or like moto media guy is more of a hobby than
he's not taking it serious enough anymore.
I mean, he's kind of like stepping back a little bit. Like I know he still goes to the races and still does all the shows.
He's been to every race this year so far.
But that's I feel insane. Like generally like he's less invested than he was maybe 5-6 years ago.
Or maybe
I'd say he's more invested into his cycling stuff.
He's trying to get the Moto Media of the World 2026
than he is into podcasting.
We gotta talk about something too really quick. I just was reminded from the girls. Blitzing whoops with your feet.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with this?
Blitzing whoops with your feet.
Oh my God. Why do we have to bring this up?
Because I don't think you can do it.
I think I could do it.
I think
they're like 14 feet apart. Okay,
so like there's let's say 12
do you have to do the whole set?
Yes.
9 whoops.
9 whoops. I can jump between 9 whoops in like a sort of runs.
You can't stop. You have to full sprint.
Yes.
Leap.
Yes.
How are your knees, ankles, hips?
They're done after
you
this.
Might
but
no. Like are you like confident that like you can land on all of them and you're not just gonna blow an ACL?
Yes, I am confident.
Okay, I think you're good then.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
like can you like jump out of the bed of a truck and like land and be like, okay the next day?
I just think if you fuck up.
Because like I couldn't do that right now. Like I couldn't jump out of the bed of a truck and land and be like in a good place.
It's like dropping your front end in the whoops though. If you mess up one or you lose some drive, you're fucked. Because you can't just like jump from no run to that. So if you lose, do you get like a certain amount of attempts, or is this just like a one-go thing?
Let's table this and we'll talk about it after the showdown, because the showdown's about to start, people. This is the first time all year East and West have met. So let's get into this, and then we'll come back to that in a second. But here we go, 250 East-West Showdown from Birmingham. Who gets the drop off the gate? Let's go racing in Alabama. Land rush into turn number 1, and up the inside, it's a dose of Yamahas. It's going to be Jake Spees that gets there first. A lot of guys going down to the outside, but your stats guy, whole shot award. It is Jake Spees, but Cash Woods takes it right away, and the 14 is out front. We talked about the championship leader starting way outside, and wouldn't you know it, Grant, they still got a good start anyway. Cash Woods in the race lead.
Cash Woods did. Braden Tharp did not. I believe I saw him go down in the first corner, so not what he needs. And he's the one that's in the tighter championship fight, isn't he?
Yeah, yes, he is. So Cash Woods this could be an easy race win in the end for him as he jumps off the track for the finish, but he's back on safe and sound. Spees second. That is huge in terms of East Championship implications. Jackson Vick, Evan Holtz. So we got 3 of the top 4 is West. Actually, 4 of the top 5 is Harris is East. Sorry, my bad. So, and then you also have Jeremy Schiabra up here, who is also West. Jax Lindsay getting to the inside of him. And then you got Ryan Chowsey, who won the heat race for the East boys earlier on. Yeah, this is interesting how this is shaping up, because Tharp is in 13th place at the end of lap number 1, and Chowsey and Spees are in a great position to try to gain some points here tonight if it stays status quo. And speaking of changing status quo a little bit, new leader Jake Spees takes over, but up the inside, Jackson Vick is trying to get him as well. Cash Woods has thrown this away a bit, Andrew.
Yeah, honestly, not what he wants to do there, or not what he needs to do there after such a good start. You need to just kind of check out and pull away. Really hurting his ability to kind of expand the points lead. But Jake Spees doing exactly what he needs to do. I think he's 2nd or 3rd on the East Coast in points. The only thing is, I don't think it's gone bad enough for Braden Tharp as it needs to for these guys. Braden Tharp's already up to 11th place, and this race is really early. Everyone's super close. I think if he wants to be able to gain a lot of points tonight, it has to keep going bad for Braden Tharp. And he's got to stay in the lead, because Braden Tharp, I think he's still going to end up being 3rd or 4th, and only lose a couple points today, even with the spoilers. So Spees needs to hope that there's a lot more issues for Tharp tonight.
Well, Tharp has to get through the whole host of West Coast competitors as well. This is not going to be an easy task, and he's actually back down to 16th place. So a tough break for the 9 early on, but Spieth out front leading. Jackson Vick, Cash Woods, Jax Lindsay, and Ben Nerona inside of the top 5. This is an interesting mix of guys up here. Ryan Chelsea up to 7th. Tharp still down in 15th, as we just mentioned. Cade Matherly, the 1E, is in 21st, so a tough break for our defending champion as we got a change for the lead. Jackson Vick down the inside, takes it over the Phil Ski and Snowboard Honda. Out front, leading for the first time that he's led all season long, actually. And what a breakthrough for the 18. Could this be a big night for him to try to break through and get his first career win?
I would think so. I think he had the fastest lap time in his heat race, so we'll see what he does with the clear track for this main event.
Oh, but he's down in the whoops just like that, and Jake Spieth takes it back.
Looks like he sold.
Cash Woods into second, and Jackson Vick gets going just as Jax Lindsay gets there. Ben Nerona right behind him as well, so he gets right up in a battle and has to go back to work as Jake Spieth now runs fastest lap of the race. Up front, 53.6 over Cash Woods. Settling into their groove just a little bit. Now can Jackson Vick rebound from this and go with these guys and not let things get too crazy?
It's funny, it doesn't matter who you put on the mic, but if they start talking nice about someone, they're gonna crash. It's happens no matter what. Ooh, Jackson Vick. It's weird when people get a drive there, you can't really tell what they're doing differently on that 353 from our camera angle, but he gets a great drive and is able to make another pass right there on Jax Lindsay. So now he's back in the 3rd position. Got to keep it on 2 wheels though. He's trying to get back towards that lead battle of Jake Spieth and Cass Woods, but Jackson Vick now leading around the rest of the field as these leaders are super close right here. Spieth has got Cass Woods all over him, and neither of these guys were able to kind of separate themselves early on, and it's been like this the whole race. So see what happens as they come across, if one of these guys can find a groove, but not running the best lap times up front either.
District Design's teammates opposite coast, though, is Jake Spieth obviously representing the program out on the east. Cash Woods, your championship leader, on the west, going at it. And Jackson Vick lays in another new heater, 53.141, new fast lap of the race for the 18 machine, now back into the 3 position. So he's going to go to work and try to close that gap down. Tharp up to 13th. You can see the leaderboard on the left-hand side of your screen as Spieth misses the rhythm section. Will Woods take advantage? Oh, to the outside. Yes, he does. Into the race lead goes the 14 machine. So now Spieth has to go back to the drawing board and figure this out. Whoops seemed to be a bit of a problem for him. Can Cash Woods now open up the gap in the race lead here, Grant?
I was going to ask, so Spieth is one of the guys battling with Tharp for the championship. Does Cash Woods let him have the win at the end of the race?
Good question, actually.
Points?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would imagine he would, because he's got a pretty big gap, and if he gets second, he still builds a point lead on his coast. So I feel like for them that would be a smart idea, considering Tharp is still outside of the top 10.
Well, looks like as they run right now, points as they run, it would pull Spieth to even 82 points apiece between he and Tharp in the championship after 4 rounds of East. So a very good point I hadn't thought of with the championship dynamic on both coasts of whether or not Cash Woods would just let him have it, knowing his championship lead is so massive in the West. But also you don't want to lose too many points. You don't want to put yourself in an inopportune position as we get back into our normal West Coast swing when we get back to Denver. But Spieth's still right there. Jackson Vick, man, he's on his horse. He's actually closed this gap down much quicker than I would have expected. He's only about 2 seconds behind Jake Spieth, who can still see the leader. A 53.914. Wow, Cash Woods lays in a 53.187 out front. So battle of the 53-second lap times between these two guys. But Jackson Vick has got on his horse for sure, and he's trying to close this gap down to Jake Spieth now.
Yeah, I can't believe the way he's riding that he hasn't won a race. I mean, he's absolutely crushing it. Set the fastest lap of the race, then has stayed kind of in that same within a second there, showing that he has the consistency to be able to run this, and no big fall-offs for a lot of these guys up front yet. So only 3 seconds between the top 3 right here. You see them all in the same whoop section as Vic almost goes down right there, able to keep it on 2 wheels. Not a huge mistake though, but going to drop him off that lead pack just a little bit and spread them out to where they're just kind of both riding all riding their own race up front. A little bit of a battle though right behind them though. Nerona is right on his rear wheel though, and going to try to take advantage of that and move up into a podium spot.
Yeah, Nerona, I think maybe even had a chance to make that pass stick on the 18 of Jackson Vick, but backed out of the challenge after the whoops. So nice riding by him. And he's going to settle down and hope that that mistake is still going to come from the number 18 machine ahead of him. Meanwhile, Braden Tharp has climbed around Ryan Chelsea. He is up to 8th as Schiabro rounds out our top 5. Gummison, a great ride in 6th. Nygren 7th. But here comes Tharp, man. He is charging through this field in a hurry on the 9. Your defending MX Simulator 250 playoff champion and current points leader in the East is right on the tail feathers here of Nygren in the 7th position. And he's also got a healthy dose of Ryan Chelsea right behind him. He's in a bit of a sandwich right here trying to figure this out. And if he can make this pass stick in a hurry, he can get some clean air, and he's got it. Oh, and Chelsea goes down as well. So Tharp makes a pass. Chelsea goes down. Clean air for the 9 as he sets sail and get into the top 5 here before long.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, Chelsea, Tharp was using that alternate line, the outside to the inside right there on the split section, and haven't really seen anyone make that work. And I was going to say that only works against people who aren't on the same skill level or like speed as you, but then I saw he was passing Ryan Chelsea with that line, who is obviously really fast. He almost makes a mistake right there going back to the inside, but a couple mistakes for these guys here, but he's making some progress forward. So Braden Tharp, honestly, he's gonna get back to the top 5, and it's just gonna be how deep into the top 5, honestly.
We'll see if he can make that move back around Nygren, who was able to go by when he slid off the track for a minute. Gummison, as we mentioned, a very, very solid ride for the 74 machine inside of the top 5. Would be a podium in any other race, but right now, tough look for him to not have his best race on those other nights. Jackson Vick has slipped behind Nerona in all this chaos. A couple more crashes have really hampered him. 16 seconds off the lead. And Nerona sets sail up there as well. So 2.7 seconds separate our 2 leaders. Cash Woods, Jake Spees, and lap traffic is also coming into play here as Woods getting Riley in the whoops right there. The lappers will certainly play a bit of a factor as Woods tries to work through them, but also critical in a showdown, Grant. The lappers are no slouches. Those are guys that are regularly top 10 guys on their respective coasts, and now he's having to work through them in the back half of the field.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are, I'm sure, in their own championship battles, as I'm well aware, getting lapped here and there in the 450 main events. So, yeah, hopefully those guys can, move over or crash just like that and not affect the race lead too much. But
would it be nice in real life if, like this game, you had like a little blue bar up here at the bottom of your goggles that you could see when the blue flag's out?
I feel like a blue light on the handlebar might help. With some getting distracted by chocolate throws in the room. But a blue light on the bar, something like when you're getting lapped and you get the blue flag, just to let you know, like, hey, the blue flag situation's gone, like you can get back to it. If they implemented a no passing rule, so that way everyone's kind of on the same page with, like, hey, it's blue lights on, you can't pass. Blue lights off, you're good.
Well, Rush Chapman in chat says Grant is experienced on this subject, so
I'm well versed.
I'm
a great lapper.
Honestly, you are. Like, credit to you. I will say that of all the drama that happened 2 weeks ago, you were one of the few guys that I saw very consistently, like, look back, get out of the way, and not get back in the racing line in front of other people. So
yeah, not gonna lie, I did almost crash. I think in the first or second main. I'm hoping it was the second main because I was pretty far back, but I was going down the start straight and Coop was lapping me. And I looked back and waved them on, and I looked forward and I almost just rode straight into a hay bale.
Why were those hay bales there?
I don't know.
Dude, they were just in the middle of the start straight.
Yeah, you would think we'd know at some point during the day that we're not going straight to the first corner and we're actually going left. But
yeah, no, they got to direct you, man. Go this way.
Yeah.
Turn
this
way.
I almost just went straight into it, just not looking, trying to let him go.
Well, I'm glad you were able to stay up, and yes, you were a very good lapper. Okay, back to the action on hand. 3:20 left on the clock, plus that one lap. Spieth looks like the attack has been a bit thwarted. 5-second gap up to Cash Woods, who is looking for another race win. But as I say that, Woods just made a mistake, and suddenly the gap is down to about 1 second. So here we go, Wood. 3 minutes left on the clock. To Grant's point earlier, do you think Cash Woods is okay with Spieth just winning this race for some championship implications here, or what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think he's worried about 3 points too much right now. But honestly, Like, I feel like if he's giving him any hassle too, I feel like they're not on the same coast, right?
No, they're opposite coast.
Yeah, so it's like it's your teammate. Like, let him go get the win, help him out. Like, if you're Cash Woods, you might even just let him pass you.
I mean, depends on what the bonuses are for the win.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, a little high five.
The bonuses.
There's bonuses.
There are paid for spots in this game, so I would assume that the bonuses is not that terrible. As a mistake from Cash Woods is really tighten this thing up, and there's still lappers in play here. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. I don't know. This could get interesting between Spieth and Woods. Tharp is up into the top 5. Jackson Vick still ahead of him in 4th. And a mistake now again from Cash Woods. He's getting a little bit sideways. Wood, this could get interesting. Look at Jake Spieth, man. He wants to win this race. Oh, Cash Woods getting sideways, and he's down in the whoops, but he does not fall off the bike. That was the craziest sequence. And he's still up right there as Jake Spieth takes over the race lead with 1:40 left on the clock. Still lappers aplenty, though. This is not over.
Yeah, I mean, he should have broken his arm right there in the whoops. Just heard. And honestly, it's crazy that it is insane that you don't actually fall off from that. Like, I don't know what these guys have got going on, but they're so good at crashing. But Jake Spieth, I mean, dude, he's got such a good 4 or 5 second lead now over second place. So he's going to kind of take this thing home, and he's going to be trying to get people to do some math for him and see who's behind him in the championship. Tharp down in 5th. But Cash Woods, Nerona, Vic, all behind him. Everyone is still pretty close with a couple of those big mistakes as we see Spieth almost going off the track there. I think that everyone's just got to kind of hold their own and lock in. And if you're Spieth, you can't lose that 3-second gap that you have now. And you can't lose those critical 3 points in the championship that Cash Woods is helping kind of keep behind you. So if I'm Spieth, you just got to take a deep breath. You got coming across the finish line now with 45 seconds to go. So about 2 laps for these guys. And should be over soon as long as you can keep it on 2 wheels. But the battle for seconds even tightening up as Spieth is into a lapper. Battle for seconds tightening.
Yeah, Woods is right there. Spieth blows the rhythm section, and Woods jumps to the outside, blocks Cash Woods. Here comes Ben Nerona, as you just mentioned, out of nowhere to be in the mix. Jax Lindsay's going to jump back in line right in front of him. We just talked about lappers and getting out of the way. Looks like Jackson Vick. Oh, and Tharp goes down on a lapper who was on the blind side of that triple right there. Well, that cost him a position. I think he's going to get going just before Gummison gets there. But the crazy part is Tharp had almost closed up enough to be in consideration for a battle for the win in this race. Okay, time has expired. White flag is about to come out. Lapper still down. That was Cade Matherly. You got the 50 of Tanner Rogers still right here in the mix. Jake Spieth is looking to win another showdown. The first showdown last year that we went to in Indianapolis, Jake Spieth came through and won that thing, and he's 1 lap away from doing it again. Does he get the job done here, Andrew Wood?
Yeah, I mean, I think he does. He's got a 3-second gap here coming into the last lap. And I think the nerves have maybe calmed down. The worst he might have had it is maybe a lap or 2 ago when those guys were kind of far back and then he made mistakes, but he's kind of settled into a little bit of a routine. I think, honestly, the real battle is going to be behind him, but crazy that Braden Tharp had to get off this close to the end of the race because, like you said, he was just outside that battle. Could have capitalized, maybe got another position or 2 if something goes wrong. Big battle behind him, though. Cash Woods right now leading Ben Nerona through the whoops, and Cash Woods almost goes down, barely saves it. Jake Spieth's going to come to the line in first. If he can hold on to one more corner.
Final corner, Jake Spieth, 2 years in a row, is going to win the first showdown of 2026 as he gets the job done in Birmingham. Cash Woods second. Nerona threw everything he had at Cash Woods to get it, but he'll end up third just in front of Jackson Vick. And what a ride from nearly dead last all the way to a top 5. Braden Tharp salvaging massive championship points will end up in P5. He loses 9 points to Jake Spieth, but will still have a 3-point lead in the championship here tonight after this is all done. Nygren, Gummison coming across the line together. Looks like Nygren will get it on penalties. Evan Holt in 8th. Christopher Harris rounds out the top 9, and Ryder Dorigo in 10th. Some guys that we really didn't get a chance to show off too much in the showdown. Bummer night for Ryan Chousey. Wins the heat race, in it for a championship fight, and the 2 guys that he needed to beat the most end up in the top 5. Not what you want to see.
Yeah, but I feel like with around that 3 minute to go mark, he was in P16 to P18. So I feel like to get to P11, it's not too bad. And we still have 2 more showdowns. So
yeah,
a lot can happen, as we could see with Braden Tharp there. And I feel like I missed a pretty good part of that race. Taking a phone call there, but
yeah. Your buddy get in yet, or
we're working on it.
We're working on it.
May have to stack some trash cans to climb in through the 2nd story window, but we're getting there.
Oh my gosh. 3rd career win, by the way, for Jake Spiess. Braden Tharp actually up 4 points over Jake Spiess now, 89 to 85. Ryan Chelsea on 69, and Ben Nerona, I didn't realize was this close. He's on 68 points, so it's close. Only 20 points and 21 points back after 4 rounds, and as you mentioned, 2 more showdowns to go, so anything could happen.
I mean, at this point, with how Jake Spiess' results are at the showdowns, he's got a good shot at this thing on the West Coast. Because there's 2 showdowns and
they're
a regular
4
West
rounds
race.
in, where they have another Triple Crown too.
The West guys?
No, the East.
Oh, they're
this is East. This is the
they're
East Coast.
Okay,
yeah.
so they have a lot of racing. I thought they were West.
Yeah,
sorry.
no.
Yeah, West guys only have
3
these 2
races left
showdowns
after this.
and
Yeah.
Denver. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, these guys. Yeah, I mean, if he can capitalize on the next 2 showdowns, and Tharp has some more bad nights and struggles, he'll capitalize.
Yeah, could get into it for sure, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll go back to our normal schedule next week for Detroit. Hopefully you guys won't miss us for round number 11 of the championship from Detroit, Michigan. Coming up next week, Wednesday, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully you guys will tune in for that as well. Program alerts will be sent out across your Instagram feeds next week for you guys to watch Detroit. But we still have one more race to go here tonight in Birmingham. Long evening, but fun to be had with the RF Next program. And now it is time for the 450 main, round 10 of this championship. Seth Carr has been unstoppable. Does anybody stop him tonight, Andrew Wood?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's too good. He's too fast. I mean, we've seen Braden Carter off his game, and a couple of these guys just not be able to hang when Seth Carr's on it. So, and he looked pretty good in his heat race. So, I think these guys are in for a world of hurt. It all depends on his start, though. But honestly, we've seen him get bad starts and work his way up to the podium. So, yeah, I think his championship has got away from this 450 class just a little bit.
Well, the 450 championship being so far gone maybe opens up an opportunity for new winners. Grant, again, championship lead, maybe takes the pressure off, doesn't want to try to go out and blow wins or anything like that. So, could see some different faces. You never know.
I don't think so. I think at this point, the skill level is it's too high between him and the other guys. I think it's at a point where it's pretty easy for him to run the pace he runs, and even to back it down just a second, he's still 2 seconds faster than the rest of the field.
All right, well, I apologize, everyone, for trying to build hype. These guys think Seth Carr's got this thing easy here tonight in Birmingham, so let's see what happens when we drop the gate. 30 card is sideways. The revs are coming up. Round 10 of Underground RC Supercross coming at you right now.
I know who would make this race a lot more interesting, but
yeah. Up the inside, Seth Shirley, stats guy, whole shot here at round 10, and he's off in the race lead. He's got Seth Carr right behind him. Colby Eaglin, a good start as well. Alec Horn is in the mix. But Carr versus Shirley, this is a battle we've kind of wanted to see since they almost got into it at Glendale, and we're off and running. Look at this. Carr trying to show him a nose. Shirley going to hold the lead, but Carr's right there.
Yeah, we got Wyatt Grant and Colby Eaglin right there in third place as well. So, nice little close battle up front. We had a lot of guys go down at the end of that first rhythm section. So, maybe a little bit of a spread out pack halfway through. But these guys looking good so far up front. And Seth Carr's right on the rear wheel. But we'll have to see what Shirley can do in these opening laps. If he can try to pull a little bit of a gap away from him and try to, get some clear air.
Doesn't need 6 days of testing during the week. Seth Shirley's got this Kawasaki dialed in at the front of the field over Seth Carr in the 2 spot. It's Eaglin in third, one of the best opportunities he's had this season to get his first win of the season as the defending champion. We'll see if he holds on to it and battles with these race leaders. Wyatt Grant also at the front. Remember, he was your winner at Glendale in the 250 class, and instead of dropping back down for the showdown, he is elected to stay 450s full time. So this is really cool. Josh Grant's son in the mix trying to go at it for third place. Not able to get it done just yet. Eaglin holds on to it. Meanwhile, battle for the lead starting to brew again. Carr going after Shirley. I don't know which battle to watch. They're both so good.
Still waiting on that Hilton sponsorship, so we should watch Wyatt Grant, put him back on the screen for me just a little bit. But no, not even running the Hilton. He's on the Ashika machine, so awesome to see him up here. But man, Seth Shirley is looking good so far, looking like he can match the pace. But I feel like once the track breaks down, that's when Seth Carr gets a little bit better. Some of these ruts in the corner even develop a little bit more, and he can get it. Oh my God, look at that big line right there. Triples, but doesn't triple or quad off of that because he got right up on the rear wheel of Seth Shirley there. So had to kind of back out of it, but honestly, he's got insane whoop speed, and I think he's going to be right back on the rear just like that.
The whoop speed is unreal from these top dudes in the 450 class. No jumping to be had here. Look at this run down the straightaway to the inside on Seth Shirley for the race lead, and he puts him down. Little bit of an aggressive move early in the race, and Seth Carr to the front. What says you about that one, Grant Harlan?
Incredible move, some may say. I was going to say I think this race is going to come down to the first corner rhythm section, who can get that 3 in and go 3-3-4. But I don't think it's going to come down to that anymore. I think this race is basically over.
All right, get your pillows out. Seth Carr is in the race lead, and will it be goodbye time for your championship leader? Up 38 points, looking to extend here in Alabama, and he goes back to the safe line, as you mentioned, so it doesn't even matter. So it's up to Wyatt Grant, Colby Eaglin, some of these guys to try to run him down. Padani Shirley still gets up in the 5 spot. Meanwhile, Braden Carter, fresh out of the LCQ, is in 8th, so we'll see how he's able to make do with that position and charge up into this group as well. Feel like the one to watch might be Wyatt Grant, though. He's only 2 seconds off the lead, and we know the speed is there for the Wiley number 27 machine on the Ashika KTM. What do you think about this guy, A. Wood, moving up 450s full time and looking like he can run the speed with the leaders?
Yeah, I mean, fastest lap time of the race, when he came across right there, and faster lap time than Seth Carr had it in front of him just by a 1/10 of a second. But honestly, the whoop speed that I just saw from Wyatt Grant shows me that he is exactly on par with Seth Carr when it comes to that. And Seth Carr might actually have to start busting out this big rhythm. He went back to the safe rhythm once he got the spot, which was interesting. He wanted to use it to make the pass, but doesn't feel like it's necessary every lap. But if Wyatt Grant can keep demolishing the whoops like this, as Seth Carr is down in the whoops, all that good speed, but if you start losing it, it's harder to wrangle it back in. So he's losing a lot of spots there. Drops back to 4th place, just ahead of Seth Shirley, your early leader. And this top 5 battle has been actually really awesome here. Grant, Padani, Eaglin, Carr, and Shirley on the track in the top 5.
Wyatt Grant takes over the race lead from Johnny Padani, Colby Eaglin in 3rd, and now Seth Carr back to 4th. Now, Grant, you said that pass was a good one that Seth Carr put on Seth Shirley, but if you're Seth Shirley and suddenly you got the same guy that put you on the deck 2 laps prior right in front of you, do you play it clean, or if you go for a pass, do you give him a little bit of the business right back?
I mean, Shirley knows all about being sniped, so I'm sure he's got some tricks he learned over the last few years, and I'm sure he'd like to get Seth Carr back for that one.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. Carr's actually getting away a little bit. New fastest lap of the race, 51.6 out of Braden Carter. He's still in 8th, but he's going the other way in the rhythm section in the background, kind of lurking back there. Leader down. That was Wyatt Grant on the deck, and he has gone down 1 lap after the leader. That was Seth Carr, threw it away in the whoops, and now Grant does it again as well. New leader, Johnny Padani, the Underground RC number 33, out front from Colby Eaglin, and no one's smiling bigger than Johnny Tsunami's number 1 fan, Andrew Wood, over there in the corner. He's stoked to see the 33 out front.
What a name.
Yeah, it's such a good name, and I don't think he's ever seen the movie Johnny Tsunami. Hopefully he's watched it by now.
You think he's old enough?
No, he's not. That's why he didn't know about it, so I had to tell him about it, but I hope he's watched it by now. But barely holding on to this lead, though. He's got a lot of competition with Colby Eaglin right on his rear end, and Seth Carr not too far apart, as you see that. So that crazy whoop speed, I mean, everyone seems to have it tonight. Some of the guys said for the amateurs, maybe they made the whoops a little bit smaller today, but I don't know, dude. I saw you try to hit him, Kellen, and didn't look very good. They still look pretty big out there, so. But this 450 class, honestly, they're kind of cruising through them. So big mistake by Carr because his speed is so high, but these guys look good, and honestly, I think this is going to be one of the best races we had all year at the top of the 450 class.
Well, but Donnie looking for a breakthrough first win of the season would be massive for his points haul as well. 8th in the standings coming in. He's looking to get on the board and put another win on the leaderboard next to him. Colby Eaglin as well. I misspoke. He did win Indy last time out, so he's looking for second win in a row. That would be huge for the number 1 machine. Look at, we're busting quads out here. quad single into the corner, and it's tightening up. 3-rider train out front for the lead. Padani, Eaglin, and Carr going at it. Who's got the speed in this group? I know Carr seems to always have it, but it doesn't look like he's making too many inroads just yet on Colby Eaglin. Who budges first in this 3-rider battle?
I think Eaglin's got the I don't know. Eaglin's got the experience, but Carr's got the speed. I think it's gonna sadly be Johnny Tsunami out front. I think he's gonna get freight trained here a little bit, and just like that, triple up the inside. And then you see Carr with the option line, just trying not to follow because of how close they are. So Eaglin, your new race leader. But man, this 3-rider battle up here is so close, and we'll see if Carr's gonna pull something out and try to make a move on Padani here in the rhythm section.
Let's see. Carr up the inside, maybe looking for it. Nope. Padani goes for the quad single instead. He wants a piece of the lead again. He almost lands on Eaglin's back into the corner. Sets him up a little bit worse for the whoops, and he's going down. Big time crash for the 33. And he does take Carr with him. Shirley gets stood up at the top of the berm as well. Wyatt Grant's going to go by, and Shirley down, trying to double back in off the track. And a big fall right there for the 44 machine. So Wyatt Grant goes by. Carr back into the 2 spot. And no one's feeling better about their position than the number 1 machine, Colby Eaglin out front. This is starting to become his race a little bit, as he has 12 minutes plus a lap still to work with. Now Seth Carr goes back to work, and when do the lap times start dropping? Are we about to see some absolutely insane qualifying laps from the number 6 here?
I think we start to see Seth Carr put on a charge probably about 5-6 minutes to go, but don't sleep on Braden Carter in 5th. He's kind of putting on a charge on these guys.
I like with the road, you can see, especially in this first-person camera, you can see that you're getting these, with the road, you get these big kind of ruts built up on the main line, so they can carry that much more speed through a lot of these bull corners and just kind of keep shifting up and keep that suspension compressed all the way through the corner and just really be stable. And I think that helps Seth Carr just keep dropping those lap times, as we just saw fastest lap of the race right there with a 51.4, and he's going to just keep trying to back that up. I think Seth Carr jumps almost, how did he not fly off the track there? Almost off the track, but I think you're going to see him just keep pushing and running these fast laps, and it's either going to be boom or bust for him, I think. I think it's going to be getting up on Eaglin and making a pass very shortly with the way the track is, or maybe overriding the track and going down.
What even is this line?
Triple. Oh, if he could have quadded out there.
He would have had the pass. But Braden Carter, new fast lap.
Yeah, Braden Carter runs a 51.382, which usurped the 51.429 that was put down by Seth Carr. And Carter is absolutely on his horse. He's entering the whoops in the opposite lane. If these two get together, don't count out the two from still being in it for a chance to win this race. Wyatt Grant still in there as well, as is Johnny Padani. Shirley's actually not too far behind Carter, so he's trying to link up with him. But all eyes in the stadium right now on this lead battle. It is the defending champion of Colby Eaglin versus the new kid on the block, your reigning pro motocross champion, your reigning 450 SMX playoff champion, and current points leader. It's the number 6 of Seth Carr going after the current Supercross champion. Oh, it's two titans of the sport right now. Who comes out on top with 10 minutes to go in this race?
I don't even know right now. Seth Carr's got the raw speed, and he's doing some insane lines, but also he just seems like once every
mistake from Eaglin as he slides out of the corner, and Carr goes right into the race lead just like that.
I don't know what. I have no idea what happened there.
Rear end slip a little bit.
Like he kind of got on top of the rut a little bit and lost the rear.
Yeah, that's just so weird. I mean, smart by him to hit the brakes and check up right there, because that could have just been someone pushing and going down. I guess that shows his confidence too, and just how much he knows about the way his motorcycle handles. So hopefully he can, get the tires back under that thing and keep going and pushing forward, because Carr is going to try to get away now fast.
We are now into lap traffic as well. Lap traffic about to be a factor. Let's see. Does he go for the quad right here?
He's got it.
Wow. 3-3-4 through that rhythm section. But here comes the lap traffic. As we mentioned, Nick Thomas-Tunis getting sideways, gets out of the way. Caleb Hall going down. And the gap is opened up. 2.1 seconds. This lap time is about to be insane from Seth Carr.
I think we see a new fast lap here. Unless coming across the start straight.
50.5.
There
new fastest lap of the race out of Seth Carr, which insanely still doesn't match the 49s we saw in the heat race, but he could be cooking up something more than that. coming here soon. We'll see if he gets it done. Eaglin's still just hanging tough, 2 seconds back. How about Wyatt Grant? He is keeping it close. He just had to avoid Nick Thomas-Tunis, and that really cost him a lot of time. But Wyatt Grant definitely putting in a great ride here tonight, at least in a shot for a podium, if not more, if things turn the tides late in this race. Badani and then Shirley round out our top 5. Looks like Carter did have a big one somewhere. He goes from 10 seconds back to 20 back. And that is a tough break for the two because he was on the charge, man. Out of the LCQ, looked like he still had a shot to win this thing, and that is probably all but over.
Yeah, bummer for him. Wyatt Grant's still 5-second lead in third over Padani in fourth, so hopefully that's good for him. But Braden Carter, it's just like not his year, man. Then he has these good rides, can set fast lap times, but it just starts and just consistency that's hurting him. I mean, 20 seconds, that's only 2 crashes. You know, if you go out there and you have 2 crashes through 13 minutes, you think you're doing a pretty good job here when the track gets hard. It's as easy to fall as it is in this game, but it's just too much in this 450 class lately. Braden Carter hasn't had the season he wanted and wanted to come and try to get another championship after losing his streak, and it's not going too well for him. Not going well whatsoever, and still needs to try to work his way up to Padani and Wyatt Grant ahead of him. He did get back around Seth Shirley, who did have another crash. All these guys in front of him are just taking more points away from him yet again, including this man. Well, you guys really called it at the start of the main event that this guy could be unstoppable, and he's been a little bit more of his human self here in this race so far. A lot of little mistakes that have cost him some time, but right now, back on his horse, running low 50s, low 51s, 51.0 last time by, and working around his teammate Walter Gebhardt, who is a lap down. But I don't know. Is anything going to stop this kid? He's an unbelievable talent in this game, and it seems like it's only getting better.
Yeah, it seems like, honestly, the track looked pretty difficult for these guys, making a lot of mistakes when it was fresh. And honestly, I'd say it looks pretty easy right now, especially for Seth Carr out front. Yeah, I think he just kind of makes it look easy, and it's just not fair. But then you see the other guys struggle, especially having the SMX Next race happen today, and you're like, oh, okay, this track was seemed a little boring, had a lot of open space, but these rhythms are proving difficult, and that long rhythm section into the whoops, those guys are really struggling with today. But Seth Carr is just on another level. Looks like Colby Eaglin went down, though. We got a battle for second brewing. I was going to say go back to 7th and check out on Spencer Turley, but got to see what's going on here for a podium spot.
Yeah, speaking of Turley, quietly another good day at the races for him on the number 67 Galaxy program. He is in the 7th position, not too far behind Seth Shirley ahead of him. So his Shirley-Turley battle, definitely one we all want to watch here in 5 minutes left of this race still to go. Wyatt Grant, though, closing up on the champ, the number 1 of Colby Eaglin, feeling the heat from the number 27 machine with lap traffic also in play. And I feel like Wyatt Grant looks like he's got the raw speed to maybe just run Eaglin down and make something happen. Look at him wheeling down the start straightaway, the power pouring out of that Ashika KTM, and he is all over the one just like that.
Sexton said they're not good, though. He wanted to go ride a Cowie.
All right, man.
Oh, dude, these guys are actually ripping out here. And a 49.9. Me and Grant can't believe it over here. Just every time we see purple light up around Seth Carr's name, it's just ridiculous. So
I feel like we're getting one lap after lap.
49.9 is crazy.
I do think it is crazy, though. A lot of times, like, it used to be when a road first came around, it did kind of make the track worse, and it was just not really dialed in. But now it seems like they have it to a certain spot where they like how it breaks down, but it actually makes a lot of the track faster. You know, those corners, there's not pushing away from you at the end of the bowl corner. You can just see how big of a wall it is to get a rail. Outdoors, it was always fun for me because you had more rut to kind of use and just lean into, but it makes Seth Carr just keep running faster and faster lap times as he gets into the race. And he looks like he did go down, 58-second lap time last time around. So he lost a lot to these guys, but still a 6-second lead out front for him.
Yeah, lappers are definitely not going to be too easy to get by in the closing stages of this race. They're a bit grouped up right now, and he's also starting to get closer to the top 10 in this race, which of course is more and more points that these guys are fighting for. And look at this. Splits through two of them right there. Another one getting sideways in front of him in the whoops. That's Ash Deering on the 29, who's in 12th. And then he's right behind Ryder Bednar, who is in the 11th spot. Those guys are trying to fight to just get into the top 10. And now they're getting the blue bar because they're about to go a lap down, which has got to be quite frustrating for them. But if you're Car, you're like, man, get out of the way. I'm trying to race forward here.
Yeah, you think it's hard to lap Kevin Moran's when you're out there. But Seth Carr, I mean, dude, when he came into the whoops and Nick Thomasounis hung a left in the whoops, then you had someone else cartwheeling towards the end of them. These guys are moving up through the pack with such higher speed than anything you'll see in real life, at least the difference in lap times at this point. So it's insane to see the way that Carr can navigate them, and it's just like shows you why he's a champion and why these guys are as good at what they do. They have to be looking so far forward and try to predict what's happening because even the guys in front of them don't know what they're doing.
Is it an advantage? Do we think it's an advantage for Carr being a third-person player when we get in lapper situations like this?
I think so. But I'm a third-person player, and I never understood the first-person stuff. But even at the widest field of view and the camera settings in this game, I feel like it's so hard to look up front and have like the depth of field and to be able to see over jumps of what's happening. When third-person, I feel like you have a much broader spectrum. You can actually lock in and see what people are doing ahead of you.
Yeah, see guys down. Maybe have a better chance of avoiding him.
People in first person too, they even get hit like a lot more in close battles and stuff, or have guys run up the inside that you just can't tell because they're right behind you. In third person, you got like at least a bike link behind you where you can see. I think it's easier to battle in too.
Well, he's now lapped into the top 10 as well. He's gotten around Ash Deering, and next up would be Jacob Arnbrister to lap up to 9th place, which is just an insane ride. Still 2 minutes and a lap left to go in this race. Looks like Siebold actually the next one on his list. 2020 Supercross champion and his teammate on the District Designs Yamaha program. Right in front of him right now as Eaglin still holds on to a strong second place. Wyatt Grant has lost touch with him, about 5 seconds behind him as they go over the finish line jump together. Carter has climbed all the way up to 4th, but it's too little too late. Yet again, his starts have absolutely killed him this year. The speed seems to be there. The consistency, so at some races, but tonight it's been pretty solid. The start is what he is going to go back to, Grant, as what he needs to clean up moving forward, and it's just been the same problem all year.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched many of the races, but I feel like in this game with the collisions and everything and legs off being around 8 to 9 seconds, you have a couple of them early and then staying in that pack and just getting random fall-offs and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, you can see he's 20 seconds down. Never really stood a chance, especially with Seth Carr out front.
Yeah, once Carr gets that lead, man, he just starts laying it down, and it is hard to keep pace with if you're not already up there with him. So good ride for Carter, but not going to be enough in the end of this one to at least even get back to the podium, as Johnny Padani, who we saw leading the race earlier on, is going to settle in for a nice 5th place finish in this one. Got 7 seconds back to Seth Shirley. And Spencer Turley still holding on to 7th place. Might be the last guy that is still on the lead lap by the end of this. And hell of a ride for Turley here tonight. A lot of talented dudes in this 450 class. And shoot, Awood, we were both racing him 12 years ago. And here he is trying to lock down a P7 in the 450 class.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Like, you got even Braden Carter's girlfriend in chat. It's like you get older, and we talk about it, more distractions in life, and it's harder to just stay on that peak level as you get older and have so much more going on, not enough time to practice. Spencer Turley's been doing this forever, and I don't know how old he is, but for how long he's been racing, he's got to be old enough to have other stuff going on, and this is, I think, the best that we've seen him in his whole career, this whole year. So he's been putting in awesome rides, and I think it's just really impressive because I can't even imagine trying to put in the time to, be this good or go this fast. And it's just a testament to how good Spencer Turley actually is. And he's been getting better, and it's been really, really fun to watch this whole year. So
definitely a talented dude putting in the work into the game to make it work. And a solid result will be coming of that. Oh, Carter's still trying to go for the triples here. Oh, because he's on Wyatt Grant. I didn't realize it was that close. There's a lapper between him as the white flag is waving out front, but that might spell the end of it. Whoa, someone flipping through our screen. That's not Wyatt Grant, but Grant dealing with a lot of lappers right now. looking for a 450 podium here tonight. That'll be a big W for him, choosing to stay in the 450 class instead of race the Showdown. He's a race winner in 250s this year, but says, screw it, man, I'm going to race the 450s, and it's proving to be an excellent decision. Speaking of excellent decisions, it's this man right here doing it every single week, getting good starts, finding a way to lead the race early on, battle out front, and then get the gap established late in the race to go on and win. This is going to be, I believe, his 6th win of the season, the 8th of his career, and it just keeps getting better. He'll extend his championship lead, and he's on his way to winning this title. Seth Carr wins again here in Birmingham. What a ride to hold off the defending champion and then break him late in the race and get away. Colby Eaglin will end up in second. Another solid ride for him after winning 2 weeks ago in Indy. And well done, son. Wyatt Grant gets the job done. He's on the box in the 450 class as well. And certainly looks like he could factor in to win races here down the stretch. Braden Carter holds on for 4th. Seth Shirley rounds out your top 5. He gets by Johnny Padani late. And that is Birmingham done and dusted. Turley is the last guy on the lead lap. Padani 6th. They're just not catching Seth Carr, man. They are just not going to do it. Not tonight, and maybe not this year. Number 6. Number 1 again here in Birmingham.
What a ride. Send me the suspension settings, Seth Carr. Clearly whatever you got is working. I need them.
He's only won 8 races.
Is this his first full?
In his career?
He did a full season last year, but it was very intermittent. And he had to miss round 1 last year. It was his rookie season in 450s because of the LA fires.
Yeah, his internet went out because he's from Long Beach, I think. So
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, the worst news.
Yep.
From that week. I'm kidding.
Oh man,
We made it.
what a night!
It's friggin' toasty in here, dude.
It
It's
is
so hot.
toasty. 9 p.m., but we did make it, and that's gonna be it, folks.
Yeah, if all the girls weren't here, I would be in my underwear, shirtless.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't sure if we had the cameras on us, to be honest.
Well, the cameras are back on now, so lock in, folks. But man, what a fun night of racing! It was really fun to call the action with you guys. Grant, did you have a good time?
I did.
Did you?
I did. I enjoyed watching. Calling some
The guys want to go back to the podcast. Should we try to figure out this whole blitzing the whoops while running them thing?
I think you're fine.
You think I'm fine? I think I'm doing it in Birmingham.
I don't
Legit.
think you could do it.
I mean, I'll film it. I'll post it.
It's close. Oh, track walk? Are you going to do it on track walk?
Well,
no,
it's the only time he's going to be able to do it on the loops.
No, I could do it on press day.
Are you going to do it on press day for no one to see and no one around? That's not fun.
You want me to do it on track walk while Eli Tomac and John Tomac are standing
I feel
right
like
there?
that's way funnier.
Eli Tomac would crack up if he watched
my
you stack
God.
it up in the whoops.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so is your plan going to be like right foot first whoop, left foot second whoop? Are we alternating, or are we trying to?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you got to run. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just 2 feet jump between whoops. That's not going to work.
You
Well, I mean,
can't jump that far.
Okay.
I just don't know if you have enough speed and stride to get foot to each whoop same distance.
you kind of hop. You're not running stride. You're kind of jumping, almost like you're skipping.
Like
what I'm thinking.
like a
Like a triple
American
jump.
Warrior where they go left,
Exactly,
right, left,
you
right.
sure,
You're
yes,
kind of
like that.
going, but
So you're kind of jumping,
you're,
floating.
not
boom,
sprinting.
boom. Yeah.
I
But
feel
I'm
like you got to be
the whole
close to sprint
point-
speed.
Yeah, I feel like we got to sprint it and just
you got to
the
be
legs
going
move
pretty
over the
fast.
top of them.
I don't think you can be sprinting to do that.
Okay.
You got to be like Usain Bolt. You got to have a freaking massive spread for your legs to be able to get to each one.
If I'm 6 foot, if I lay down from this wall, I'm this room's probably 12, 13 feet.
They're not that wide.
No, they're not that far apart.
No.
I know, but that's. Yeah, I don't
They-
believe.
they-
I don't believe that they're 12, 13,
They
14
say
feet
14 feet.
They're
but-
not. I used to hear 12.
I think from tip
they're
to tip,
probably
maybe
10
12?
tip to tip. I don't think they're that big.
10 tip to tip. I don't know.
No,
Because
they're
I
bigger
look
than
at it as if you guys jump,
We're
the
touching
whoops,
tips.
you land
With our feet.
If you're gonna jump the whoops, you land down slope and you immediately go up slope. And I think you get 1 bike length down, 1 bike length up. So that would be about 10 to 12 feet from tip to tip.
It's weird though because it's not like
How
you,
far is that?
We're trying. We're literally doing.
So 10 feet is. That's fucking far, dude.
Yeah, but you gotta think
be
it's like
full
it's like
sprint.
a round area though.
But you need
Yeah.
to be on top. Because if you case one, you're gonna then not have like that drive to get it. I honestly think I might be able to do it.
I think I could do it.
Okay,
Grant said downstairs he thinks I could do it, but that's because I'm a little taller.
I think he's got like the long enough stride that he can get to each one a little bit easier.
I'm gonna we should get chalk and
Should I go out into the street right now? And
I was gonna say
mark
chalk it
and
out
see?
and then just do and
This is
see
a
if you
bad
can do
idea.
12-foot jumps before you try to do it. I mean, we'll have one person stand each. We got a lot of people. If you can do like 2 or 3 in a row and get that distance,
Well, you got to think that the conditions are going to be a little bit difficult. He's going to be landing on an upslope.
you have to land like perfect. That's
no, you
hard.
got to be on top of each one. If I go over or short,
Yeah, your
it's
LC,
over.
your
If you go
ACL
over,
or
good luck.
slipping your ass, you might get hurt.
Do we need to like go to Fox or Elsinore or something?
We can
next
go to-
week and practice before we try this.
No, because I'm supposed to do it at Birmingham.
Okay.
I believe.
We can go to like the
Well,
test track
let's see how-
tomorrow.
I mean, he's flying out in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah, you're flying.
Should I
I'm
go?
not
Should I go to the Cowie test track and try it tomorrow by myself, and then tell you if I think it's a good idea?
No.
Well, they-
I'd rather me get hurt
They have
than
the
you.
Tough Mudder set up at Elsinore right now. You should just go out there and try it. Just to see if he has
Okay.
a chance.
Can I say this? The whole reason this even was brought up as a topic, right, was because we were having an argument in the press box of this is Arlington Supercross. We're having an argument about whether or not it would take under or over 5 minutes to run one lap of a Supercross track.
Oh, easily under 5 minutes.
Easily?
Yeah.
Under.
Easily.
It wouldn't be easy. You'd be hurting. But you
But
could for sure
like
do it.
time wise, I think under.
J-Mart said it would be close. Steve, Lewis, all those guys are out. Over 5 minutes. Most people
Steve
said
and
over
Lewis
5. No, but I'm
for
saying
sure are over 5
they're
minutes.
they're just talking about general, like just a person that is actually like in shape and can run. Couldn't do it.
I don't know. I watched the baseball video. It didn't.
I feel like you could walk the track in about 10 minutes. I think you could run it under 5. So are you going to run the full track and then try and skip loops?
No. I think the it changed because I said, well, yeah, like you just blitz the whoops and ups and down slopes of like the finish line jump.
So they heard you say blitz the whoops and that's all they can think about. That sounds about right for those two.
Oh man,
Grant, explain the hat.
The hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we got for the
Says
hat?
Chase
going on here?
Donovan.
Oh,
For the horse.
Chrome Dumb's out.
For the horse.
For
I
the
even
horse.
shaved my head before I came here.
That's talent, man.
And
Do
then I
you
wear a
bick
hat.
it?
No.
No. What do you?
Just like beard trimmer.
Got it.
I feel like I knew that. Okay.
Yeah, we
Have you? Did you not?
have a horse.
Did you not see?
Yeah, I've seen you on the. That's I saw
Yeah,
you
and
on
full
the-
moto
horse.
gear.
in the gear.
That's her horse.
And then they were like, I can't believe that they let you. Yeah, okay. I do remember that.
I'm actually getting pretty good. I think
So-
I might be the best horse rider in the house right now.
In the house.
I
Oh.
thought you were going to say on the
You're gonna be
paddock,
sleeping
and then I was like,
where
there's
your
Tomac.
buddy is outside right now trying to get in. That's gonna be you sleeping
He
outside
got in.
tonight.
He got
Okay,
in.
good.
Yeah.
So
I might as well just drive to the airport.
well,
when
you
I
might
get
have
home.
to ask him how he got in because you might not be allowed in tonight. So I thought you were gonna say you're the best horse rider of the moto guys.
No, AP might have me covered.
Eli?
Oh yeah,
No,
he liked
Tomac, bro.
Yeah.
Tomac rides horses all the time.
He just
Yeah,
posted
but
his
he doesn't-
wife
he
like
doesn't-
doing some sort of thing in the
Yeah, but he
that's
doesn't
cool.
talk about it that much.
She was.
Right.
That's
AP
bad.
has a cowboy hat.
that doesn't mean he knows how to ride a horse, dude.
I don't think
Yeah,
AP can
he's-
ride a horse.
I've worn
No,
a
he-
cowboy hat. I don't know
he
shit
can
about
for
riding a
sure.
horse. Okay,
He's
and my
pretty- he's
wife
pretty
has a
as a
picture of
horse.
AP.
Get a
riding
couple
horse.
drinks in you first.
Oh, Tomac?
If you didn't
Yeah.
run track and hurdles, you're not making it through a whip section. No shot he makes it.
I did run track. I didn't do
mean-
hurdles, but I did triple jump. I did long jump.
Oh,
And I
you're-
did
you're
sprints
fine.
in track.
You're fine.
So-
you got it. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
If anyone, I don't know why I'm saying this. Someone in the chat
If
has
you guys want-
horses. They're like 10.
Would you like to also
No,
talk?
they're
We have
all
another
older.
mic.
Are they older nowadays?
Yeah.
No, we have another mic.
one else. It's right there.
Can we get an age check in the chat?
I think that
Wanna see where-
there's a lot of old people. Comment.
Let's get an
Grant
age
wants you to
check.
comment your age, and
I just want to know if
he
we're
wants
like,
to know how many
if we're
10-year-olds
like
we
15.
All right, Grant's
14,
girlfriend Mina's going to
15,
jump in too.
Or are we like 18, 19?
We can have you sit right
You can be. Do you want to be in camera?
No.
Are you sure? Okay.
She needs more practice of that stuff. She's not as used to it
This is
as we
best
are.
post race show right now. How you doing, Mina? You okay?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
What did you think of the sim race?
It was interesting.
Yeah.
There's ages in
Yeah.
chat.
I would like to move more this way, but
27.
my camera
What are we
won't turn
doing on
with me,
an
so-
MX Simulator
See if I
live
can
stream at
turn it up here.
27? Sorry, I'm hating too hard. That's my fault.
There. Now I can actually talk to
That's
all
my
you guys
fault.
over here. There we go.
I'm getting a little out of pocket.
So how is Grant actually on horses?
He's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually,
Like as good as he's making himself sound, or
He's got
I've gotten better
more
for
seat
sure.
time.
I've actually gotten some lessons from Ashley Mosman,
Yeah.
Josh's wife.
so
Oh,
she
she's
rides
badass.
horses then.
Oh,
Oh, she's legit.
Ashley,
Legit.
gnarly. Or her?
Ashley Mosman.
Yeah, she's gnarly.
I don't know.
She does like
Ashley's
hunter
got me
jumper
beat.
stuff, right? Ashley does hunter jumper stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she also has some incredible bread.
Mm,
So if you're ever
what kind?
sourdough,
Oh
so
man.
if you're ever like at like a Glen Helen race and they're there and the booth set up,
A lot of it's gluten free. I think most of it is.
I think sourdough gluten free.
Well, all of our other products are very like
Yeah. So if anyone
That too.
and if anyone's at local SoCal track and they're out there for a race or something, go
Yeah,
check it out.
croissants and cookies and all sorts
Oh,
of
it's
stuff.
incredible.
Their bakery's unreal. She's
Yeah.
so good.
Horse
I love the
lessons,
most
bread.
ones.
Yeah, they're great.
We got questions rolling in chat. I don't know why, but someone said they're rooting for Kevin instead now. So
Instead of me,
because you ride horses, I don't. That seems weird. We already talked about the Bogle thing. Do we rehash it?
I mean, what's the question?
What do we think of Bogle getting the ride with Colt?
I mean, it makes sense. His last race he did was on Twisted Tea, so
As a former privateer islander, you kind of still are, but
yeah.
are you bummed that
Islander.
like a more like privateer guy now didn't get the spot?
I mean, we kind of talked about it, me and Mina, a little bit, but for a team like them, I think, like I said, Bogle did his last race with them, so he's familiar with the team. Obviously, he's buddies with Colt. He's still a good rider. He's been riding. I think for what they're looking for, it makes the most sense. I think everyone that's either around him or better than him that's been grinding it out is kind of in a team deal. Like I'm with Kevin, and I wouldn't bail on Kevin for something for
Yeah,
to then.
That's- I mean, that makes
and then
sense.
I don't
Yeah.
think they're racing outdoors, so it wouldn't even make sense for me. And there's not many other guys that I think would leave their current situation to go fill in there for however many races and then have to try
Like,
to
who's
figure
the-
out what their
who's-
other plan would be.
who's the
That's
guy that's like the closest to making main events in the 450 class that doesn't have enough support? Like Logan,
I don't know what Tristan Lane's deal is, but I think he would be like
but he has Rock River help, right?
Tristan Lane's not Rock River.
At all?
He's
He's under the McGinley tent. Isn't
So like
he?
he would be like has made the most main events that I would say doesn't have a ride.
Yeah.
So I don't know anyone else.
Yeah.
Which again, I think for what Twisted Tea's looking for to finish the season, Bogle is the easiest option for them because he probably has some base settings. He knows the bike. He's been a main event guy most of his life, and he's got a 250 Supercross title.
Mhm.
I think that plays a big part, and it's just an easy transition for them
Yeah.
to fill that spot.
Feels like a long time since he raced, though, man.
I mean, it's been a long time, and I'm sure we'll see some of that come Saturday. But again, 250 Supercross champion.
Yeah.
You don't lose it all.
No, but it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. When's the next race for you, Mina?
Nashville.
Nashville. Is Kiona going too? Like, do you guys do it together, or is it just one or the other?
No, she's under a different media company.
Oh my God. Okay. Wow.
I shoot for Whiskey Throttle, and I think she's.
But I thought she did too.
No, not this year. For
Oh.
Supercross.
Got it. All right. Well, look out for Blue Groove Media.
Nope, just under Whiskey Throttle.
But I'm saying, like, look out for Blue Groove Media killing it for Whiskey Throttle.
Yes. Yeah, when Whiskey Throttle posts really good photos from the weekend, you know she was there.
And if it's
Yeah.
iPhone-tography, then she wasn't
You
there.
know it was Jeff.
There's Jeff.
I
He
got
really doesn't have like a DSLR camera yet.
He
Still,
does. He
I
does.
gotta
He
text
does
him.
have one.
I never see him using it. He's always just like this
Well,
with his.
that's his thing.
I know it's his thing, but like, if he needs photos, then do both.
Well, he also has Brown Dog too.
Oh, okay. Brown dog. Brown dog. I don't understand the brown dog thing anymore.
If you ever need
Brown
to
Dog
fill
Brown
in,
Dog.
Call me. I want to go to Nashville again.
You're not going this year?
It's my birthday weekend, so
You could just go.
I've gone
for the
3 years.
best.
I've gone a bunch, but I haven't shot a Supercross. I've shot nationals, but I don't take many pictures anymore. But I miss it.
Stare at 9469 in chat says, I think
Nice.
privateers should be banned. Harlan doesn't deserve a ride, IMO.
who said that?
Stare it.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. No,
We don't know who you are.
Stare it's going to get banned from chat.
Yeah, you're banned, buddy.
I can do that.
You're banned. Yep, you're banned.
2022 was the last time that Bogle raced. Wow.
It's crazy that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, well, don't remind me.
Mental.
I need to get my life together.
Just makes you think about everything that's happened since then.
Is that guy banned yet?
I can though, if Kellen says I can.
Do what?
Ban that guy.
Oh, I don't care. Do you want him banned?
put him in timeout.
You're banned, buddy.
You're banned?
You're banned. Get him out of here.
Is this because Rush is banned? Like,
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No.
All right, I'll put him in timeout.
do you want to make a case like right here to the camera of why Rush should be unbanned?
Look, I know he's made some mistakes. I may or may not have been part of those mistakes, but
Really?
no, not me. I told you I beat Shirley in his prime, in my prime, and then I quit. More or less.
It wasn't Rush.
No,
You swear it wasn't?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't RF race. It was just some.
I'm talking about Denver 4 years ago, whatever. 3 years ago.
No. That was me for sure.
What
Yeah,
you,
I'm sure
What
it
you
was.
did
Yeah,
is like
definitely
just so not.
It's.
I feel like accepted.
you guys got it
by everyone.
It was a little funny. It made the broadcast good.
The reason I didn't think
Exciting.
it was funny is because it was the one goddamn year we were on TV. We were literally on TV, and you guys made the whole season look like a joke by the end of it.
So we're trying to turn around that image and show that he's reformed, and really just to see if he still got it, even if it's just a one race unbanned.
Like give him one trial race just to
Just-
show once, and then
See if he still if
What's
he
he-
still got it.
what's he willing to do to get unbanned?
That's a question for him. I can't answer. that.
I thought maybe you were tied with him. And
Yeah,
you
we are talking
Are we
about
still
Rush.
talking about Rush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you not like Rush?
No, I like Rush.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, we
We hashed that out.
had a moment where
Oh,
he wasn't
oh.
her biggest, or she
No.
wasn't his biggest fan, but
Hated guts.
we got over that.
Hmm.
If Mina here could change her mind and accept Rush as
Then you guys can
Then-
too.
Jeremy and T Lang, I think.
The thing
can
is,
also-
our opinions don't really matter.
our opinions don't matter. It's up to them.
Well, I specifically brought you in studio to plead your case.
But I think worst case, give him like unban him for one race.
He needs to be fastest qualifier in the same time limit that everyone else does, and I think they can do it for one race and feel it out.
Well, see, that's the thing. He's good at the like short qualifying, figure the track out quick. Like because he was getting pretty big with the MX bike stuff, and then they went to releasing the tracks early, and didn't really have as much of an edge as
see,
he did before.
This is where I wish that like Race Factory had something that was like the most boring, monotonous task that they all hate doing that they could give to Rush. Like you got to do this for like 3 weeks and then one.
Yeah, I
day.
don't think he.
Stats
I don't
guy.
think he. I don't know if he
No,
cares.
the stats guy loves it though.
I don't know if he cares that much to do something for them like that. But like, just
Then he doesn't care
Then he
about it
doesn't
enough.
care.
let's just give him one race,
Mm.
and if keep the finger on the band hammer, and if he messes up, then
Like
what's he saying? Yeah, keep the finger on the band hammer. If he messes up, ban him. But give him one race to show that he's there to race and not snipe Shirley, even though I'm sure he wants to. And see if he still got it. And if he survives the race and doesn't do anything stupid, then give him another chance.
it's not my decision, man. But
I know
you,
it's not
you
your
pled your
decision.
case. You pled your case. We'll see.
Somebody clip this, send it to
T Lang, Luke
Jeremy.
Scheffler. See,
Luke.
Jeremy doesn't do
Does Jeremy not
nothing.
not anymore?
I mean, love
Collects
you for
paycheck.
your Race Factory help, but he's never around. So
Well, T Lang and Luke, we tried to do it for this race because I was in the studio and I really wanted to see him race and call it, but we weren't able to make it happen. We didn't get a reply.
I'm trying to follow along with what they're saying in chat. There's a lot of Rush hype
We're stuck on something with Brina where they made her win it, or something happened winning an EU race, and then Seabolt said, I got a warning for that race, and I wasn't even racing. I was just sitting in the Discord with them, but
So
they still warned him.
Did to Brina?
Well, I think it was multiple people, like another race
Ganging
fixing
up on
thing.
Brina. Wow.
It was like race
The
fixing.
misogyny.
But I just love that not even being in the race and getting a warning from them is awesome. And now we're getting free rush in chat. So
You know what's crazy though is like when we got back on the game, like because we both like re-downloaded it and joined 04 at the same time for the first time in a while, and like he never runs his real name in servers.
Yeah.
And people like immediately like lap one are like, oh, Rush is back. They just know it's him immediately.
Yeah. He's got a certain style. He's quite fast.
Yeah, the GOAT, some may say, Mount Rushmore.
Shut up.
Dude, he's texting me just cracking up right now.
So dumb.
It's hot.
They said they got Brina to win. No, don't, because I'll get banned on Twitch if you show your nipples.
Even my little baby guy nipples?
Twitch is hardcore.
Twitch is hardcore about that, man. No nips.
No, I did. I was sitting like this for a while, though, mid-race to let my pits.
Whatever. Why don't you pour some sugar on him?
Hey, yo.
No. We don't need to have a hot tub stream going on.
We
here,
should.
So no, we don't. We really don't.
I would do one. I know
to
a
pick
good
up a mic if you're going to say all this.
tax
stuff,
guy. This has been...
We
need questions.
Yeah, any quick questions? Should we do like a 10-minute, like any questions in the chat before we finish this up? I feel like we've really gone long in the tooth here, but just in case anybody's interested in...
Yeah, do we have anything like...
Oh, Rush is...
I don't know, interesting to talk about?
Well, Rush is in chat saying he did everything in his power to take out the competition so Brina could win.
What about your LVK topic? So we went over...
Okay, here we go.
Ben Townley. No.
Yeah, I'll talk about Ben
I
Townley
thought he
all
was
day.
on Honda for way more than whatever they said, 11 races.
He was PC Cowie 2007 because he won East, and then he battled RV all year outdoors, and he signed a 2-year deal with Honda, got hurt, missed all of Supercross. That's where Ben Coisy came from. Ben Coisy filled in for him.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
And then he decided to move up to 450s outdoors. He raced Glen Helen and Hangtown or whatever round 2 was on a 450 Honda, and that's the last time he raced a factory Honda. He sat out all of 2009 for being hurt, and then the next time he was racing, he was on TLD.
That's funny because I only remember him as PC Cowie and Honda.
PC Cowie number 101, right?
No,
Honda was 101 too, wasn't he?
Yeah, TLD was 101 too. He led almost an entire moto at Redbud on a 450 TLD Honda.
What's your VO2 max?
Garmin says 62 for me.
62, huh?
I'd say is probably close to accurate. I've never done a test. Not paying for one, so if anyone knows a guy and wants to do it for free, I'll do it.
Do you think Jeremy's accurate about being in the 80s?
I would probably put him higher.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he's probably done the numbers, so it's probably accurate. But
oh, wait a minute. We have
in iMoto lane.
I tell you what, if Rush can, so it sounded
Who's
so
this?
Alabama of me. Lane Burks.
I tell you what.
If Rush can race SMX clean, we can think about unbanning him for RF. SMX is Battlegrounds, so he has the ability to race it. So
okay, he's in the chat, so
whatever. So there you go.
No, fake racing. Well,
Virtual. This.
Not fake, sorry.
This. Rush hasn't been banned in real life. I don't know. Yeah. He just wasn't good enough.
He's actually a pretty good cyclist these days.
Yeah.
Taking a new career path.
No, I just mean he raced futures and it was a struggle.
Yeah, well, the problem is he tried to quad a rhythm section on a practice day and absolutely shattered his leg.
Yeah, that doesn't
ankle.
work.
Yeah.
You don't do those.
Yeah, he can't. He's toast.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody's asking for questions in chat. We got nothing. Sad.
That is sad.
The ladies, anything from the ladies to wrap this up?
No.
Oh, Hannah's got something.
Is your friendly reminder to file your taxes in the last month?
Commit tax fraud. It
All right,
doesn't.
accountant
File an
wife coming in
extension.
hot with the taxes.
Also, I think the 5 of us should do a podcast. That would be really fun.
I'm down. We could do it.
I promise I won't talk about taxes.
Talk about horses.
We need Kellen to think
I'll
of
talk about
topics,
cooking.
though, because clearly once we lose a topic, we're just,
Yeah,
we
I'm
got
trying
nothing.
to carry the ship here, but you guys got nothing.
I'm not good at coming up with stuff. I'll like talk shit back and forth the whole time, but you gotta have like.
If I want to collab with Moto Culture Co., what is that, like a clothing thing?
Yeah. Do you want to collab with Moto Culture Co.? I don't know what that is. Stare at who was just calling you out that you shouldn't have a ride and privateers should be banned is now asking if you want to collab with Moto Culture Co. This is.
I mean, are you paying?
Yeah, send them a DM on Instagram.
Yeah, DM them. Okay, how about this one? Dream sponsor. Like if you could have anybody sponsor you.
C4.
C4.
No, it's like the energy drink.
The fact that you didn't say Texas Roadhouse is major disappointment right now.
Oh, dude, I've been on the C4 game lately.
All right. C4, there it is.
Serial killer.
Hit him up. Grant Harlan making main
Dude,
events.
They have one that tastes like Fruit Loops and Skittles.
And it's healthy?
It says for athletes on it, dude. I don't know.
That's like when people drink Celsius.
They say Diet Coke is gonna kill you, and it's a phenomenal drink. So I don't want to hear it.
Okay, I got a question. We had this super long debate on the Blair Mathis project today about Mount Rushmore, which everybody always talks about. Your Mount Rushmore, Moto Mount Rushmore.
Mine, honestly, I feel like Eli's got to be on there with just the longevity of his career. I don't know if you could say he's like dominant because he's lost a few titles he probably should have won, but just the longevity and how good he's been and how good he still is. I feel like he's got to be on there. Ricky's got to be on there. Again, the longevity and the dominance from him. And then after that, I feel like for me, I can interchange a few guys, but Stu for what he did to racing, and maybe McGrath, but I'd even make a case for Villapoto.
So basically, you're thinking Stu, McGrath, Carmichael, Eli. Maybe Villapoto.
Yeah.
Here's where I get lost a little bit is that I agree Eli probably top 4 all time. What bothers me is that Villapoto, every single season except for his rookie Supercross season that he started and finished, he won the title.
Yeah.
Every season.
I feel like it's crazy to say that he might be underrated.
Yeah, he is. No one talks about him, dude.
He's my favorite, and I think he's on Mount Rushmore, but I think his longevity, not having that, kind of...
It hurts him for sure.
It's almost like a Hall of Fame guy in like baseball, where... Get my toes tickled.
All right.
It's almost like Hall of Fame, like in baseball. It's like if you can have the best, like even like Mike Trout, like it's like you can have the best 4 or 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years or whatever, but if you don't go long enough, then you don't have it. But is there anyone before McGrath that you would put on there? Because you know old people. I don't know enough.
Well, Bob Hanna is...
I don't know like how good they actually were.
No, they were really good, but the problem
they were good for their time.
The problem I have with Bob Hanna, I would also think maybe like Rick Johnson, maybe Jeff Stanton. Problem I have with any of those guys is their window for winning was really short. Like Bob Hanna won for like 3 years straight,
He won
and then
3 titles every year.
He did, but then every year after that, like he still raced until like the late 80s, and he got worked. Like he was still out there just getting worked. So it's like you don't put guys that like McGrath spent like 1 season getting worked and then hung it up. Ricky didn't do that.
McGrath, Ricky, RB, Tomac,
Doug Duboc.
Love
Doug. Those 4, I think. Yeah, I mean Tomac's is almost gonna surpass the 72 wins. You know.
No, I don't think so.
He'd have to race, I would say, probably 3 more.
Exactly. Yeah.
2 minimum.
If he can get 4 more wins.
He's at 60, and then he has to do 12 next year.
Oh, he's 60 after 4 more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 3 more. He's at 57 right now, but yes. Oh, Hannah's got one. Stefan. Yeah, but we're talking American moto.
Yeah, but
Why,
he was
what?
right. He was.
They didn't know how to ride dirt bikes.
We can expand it if you want, but then it gets real in the mud. Like,
Stefan
yeah.
Everts was racing bricklayers during the week.
So is McGrath, man.
He was.
So is you guys right now. Freaking Rod Bell's putting up HVAC systems in the rafters, and you guys are racing him.
Yeah, I feel like Rod Bell. I feel like Rod Bell doing HVAC still. Maybe not Rod Bell, but I feel like there's guys that. I mean, maybe even Rod Bell.
Did you flip something on the mic? By the way, it's like totally not picking you up.
No, hello, check.
No, you're cooked.
Oh, it's
Something happened.
But I feel like more guys these days put in the work during the week and on the weekends than they used to. I feel like those guys are driving to the races, wouldn't ride during the week or would work during the week or whatever. And look, I'm not going to say none of them were good at riding dirt bike. I think most of them were probably good. Like for the time and the equipment they had, they were great. But you got to think just like every other sport, like things evolve.
Yeah.
MJ, as he was, probably doesn't compete in basketball today just because the game changed so much. So I would like to think that at least 450 class right now, like, you know, show up at A1. Dude,
yeah, you guys are more talented
there's
nowadays.
20 guys that have won a championship.
No, I would say
Was there 20 guys that have won a championship in the 90s?
Yeah.
That were on the A1 gate?
In 99, yes. Yeah. Because there was like...
But was 99 kind of the start of people training?
Yeah, maybe.
In the work?
But it was like McGrath, Carmichael, Dowd, Pichon, Villeman. I'm trying to go through title guys here. Lusk, Wyndham, LaRocco, Huffman, Ferry. There's 10 title guys there at least. More. No, I'm trying to think of the 99 starting gate at A1. If you expand it to Europe too, for me, it's like pretty obviously McGrath, Carmichael here, Everts, DeCoster there.
But Hurlings, dude.
Okay, I always get vilified for this, but Hurling still has less wins in MXGP than he does in MX2. Still.
But do you look at his stats, and it's like he either wins or doesn't race.
Not lately, though.
Just won one this weekend.
Okay, but I'm saying last year, like he came back, and like the last half of the season that he came back, he was not winning.
Didn't he win like the last 4 races last year?
3, I think. But like I'm saying, he like the last 10 races, he only won 3.
Okay, so his worst season.
He wins a lot for sure, but so did James, man. Like, but I struggle with always keeping him on Mount Rushmore over Ricky and McGrath because of what they did from a domination standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know. I would put Hurlings above James.
Yeah, probably for like if I had to do like a list, yes, but they're not on my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And I saw someone also say that Eli needs to be on Mount Rushmore because of the raw speed that changed the sport. And I'm like, yes, he had some crazy speed outdoors at times, but if you want to talk about raw speed, it's Jet and James.
Yeah, I would also like to say I feel like for Mount Rushmore you kind of have to include Supercross and outdoors.
Yeah,
because like Jeremy was good at Supercross, but he wasn't great outdoors
until he tried, and then he won.
I mean, he got 1 title.
Yeah,
but
and a nation's title and
Supercross.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say he was the man. Like Ricky won in both. Villapoto won in both. Dungy won in both. Eli has won in both. I feel like that puts them above McGrath.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like overall sport dominance.
Sure. I could get on board with that too. Yeah.
Like
but
even above, like I feel like no one names MXGP guys because they're really only good at outdoors.
Yeah, but they're really freaking good.
I mean, they are.
So.
But we dominate in MXLN until recently.
We do?
Until recently.
How recent do you think it's been?
I mean, the Dungy era was the last we really won. Like,
the last time non-US, not on U.S. soil that we won the Motocross of Nations was 2011.
Yeah, Dungy
It's
era.
been 15 years, man.
Yeah, but before that, we dominated.
Anyway,
We got any more questions in there?
No.
Anything good?
If Roxon didn't have his crash at A2 in 2017, would he have just as many chips as Tomac right now?
No, because I think he still makes too many mistakes in Supercross. Like, as unbelievable as a rider as he is and was, I think he made too many mistakes. Like 2016 and 2015, I feel like he was good enough to beat Dungey, but just the stupid crashes and little mistakes he kept making. But I think we would see maybe a championship from him, like a 2018 year, where I think he could have beaten Anderson and Tomac with the skill he has.
Yeah.
And more outdoor titles for sure. Because without the injury, he probably doesn't get fatigued like he does now.
Yeah, the fatigue thing is the big difference. I think he would have one more outdoor title, probably.
I would think he would have given Tomac a run for his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
They're saying like how much better would he have been if he didn't get hurt?
I think
Tomac has less outdoor titles and by proxy less overall wins like of his career than if Roxon had stayed healthy.
Dumb moves. I remember it was like 15 or 16 in Oakland. He came up of Grant on like a 90 and then Case hurt his wrist or ankle on like a Supercross triple.
Well, he busted his face.
But that was like dumbass move.
Yeah. No, but he has a lot of those in Supercross.
If he didn't break his arms, I do think he was multi-time champion.
Do we think Webb would have won in 19 if Kenny didn't get hurt in 17?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think a lot changes if he doesn't get hurt, but he did, so.
I feel like Webb is oddly, like, as much as we talk about the mental game and how good he is at the mental game, he's kind of a guy that when he doesn't think he can win, he's like immediately nowhere close. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to outdoors and he's like, I don't have the speed to win, he's like, I'm an 8th place dude.
Yeah, I mean,
he doesn't go from like winning to second. He goes from winning to like really not good. And so I wonder if, as you said that year, if Roxon was like still on it and then Webb started to figure out the KTM, like if Roxon could have consistently beat him that year, then maybe.
Yeah, because I feel like even in 2021, when Kenny like won 3 in a row at Indy and was kind of on a roll, if Webb wasn't able to get in his head because of how Kenny's body was reacting around that time, and didn't get a couple of those like pivotal wins, does he get on the roll? Same with
maybe
19.
Maybe
I feel
not.
like there's a few races where he got Kenny like really late.
Yeah.
And that kind of fueled his momentum.
Yeah.
And Webb too, like I feel like he wins, doesn't care as much, gets labeled as like he doesn't have it, he sucks, and then he wins again. Yeah. He gets that like I don't know, that pressure of or that fuel of, well, I'm gonna show these guys I got it.
All right. Let's do one last question. I don't know if I like this one, but we'll do it anyway. Who do you think would have had the more successful career, I guess, if they won the title when they were on PC Cowie, Savachi or Faulkner?
Faulkner.
I think Faulkner's obvious because if he won the title, he would have just been at Cowie the same time AC was there probably, and then they would have had their own little like, oh, who's the better next guy for Cowie? And
well, I think Faulkner, his injury, his knee was the first one he did, right? Where it really like kind of derailed
ripped
him.
his ACL to shreds in 19.
Yeah, I think again if he doesn't do that, maybe the momentum goes to his favor instead of tears his ACL and then he's always coming back from injury and having those stupid crashes and getting those stupid injuries just constantly. And as we see in the sport, you know, when things are going your way, it's almost easy, and it's hard when you get in that hole of trying to come back and prove yourself.
Yeah,
to get out of that and get back to like, yeah, I've got it.
I think Savachi, like, unfortunately for him, was always going to kind of be screwed because even if he did win a title in 17 and then defended in 18, and let's say he wins again, he still would have been just warming the seat up for AC in 19. Like, Cowie was so committed to making AC the next face of their brand that it was like, doesn't matter what Joey does. He could be the greatest person of all time, and they still probably would have picked AC.
I don't think so.
You should hear Theo Epstein talk.
I mean, I believe that they were probably sold on AC either way, but maybe they open up 3 seats, or maybe Joey gets something somewhere else,
maybe
like a Honda or a Yamaha.
They'll tell Joey to his face that AC was better.
But if Joey gets a title or 2,
His opportunities would be better for sure.
I don't know if he would have gone through that spell of
but like
borderline factory guy.
But you look at it, and he had the Cowie deal, and he did well with it his rookie year.
Yeah.
And then he went to JGR. So it should have been better.
JGR 450?
Yeah.
Was that when they their bike was good?
It was the Suzuki, but yeah, it was meh, but worked.
I don't know. I just feel like I think it's just all a momentum thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten hurt at the wrong times. That's the problem. And the same thing with Faulkner for sure, but I think Faulkner's the obvious answer. If he wins the title in 19, maybe Sexton's whole career is different because he just walked into a title that year. But if Faulkner just finished it out, won the title, he has a championship plate, he knows he can do it, he probably just has an easier year in 2020.
Well, if he gets the title that year, he gets a 450 deal.
Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. He would have either came back and defended 1 year with PC Cowie because it would only been after his 4th year racing Supercross. Or third. His first year was 17. If he won in 19, it would have been after his 3rd year. And then, yeah, if he just defends 1 year in 20, he has a guaranteed factory Cowie 450 seat in 21.
Yeah.
Anderson never goes there. All that stuff.
I mean, I just think the momentum in the sport is, and when you get hurt, especially a big one like that, and the confidence and just the confidence, the emotion, everything like that, trying to get out of that is tough.
Oh.
I mean, I'm trying to get out of that. I'm not even a championship guy. I'm just trying to make main events. I'm struggling with that.
Yeah. Well, you could probably feel the same effect when you're regularly a main event guy and it feels like everything's clicking, and then when you fall out of that, to get back to that zone is tough.
I mean, 2023, I was like, oh, dude, this is sick. And then 24, I mean, I was coming off injury, but it was kind of a struggle. And then 25, I was like, oh, dude, I'll be back. I should be good again. And it's arguably just as bad as 24. And I want to say I spiraled a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's I just was getting, I know depleted field, but I was just getting main events constantly. And
but even depleted field, dude, you were borderline top 10.
But even before the depleted field, I was getting in the main events pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly.
After I figured it out a little bit. And then, dude, when you stop getting the same results you had before, it's hard.
Right.
It's hard. I can only imagine the pressure of Mitch Payton being like, you are a championship guy, and if you don't win the championship, it's not good enough.
Right.
Or Bobby Reagan or whoever.
Yeah. No, I get it for sure. Anything else? We done? I think we're done.
I got a 3 a.m. alarm.
Yeah, you got to go to bed. All right. Well,
I still got to pack too. So
you got to pack. This has been fun though. Thank you so much, Grant, for coming in studio. As always, thank you, Andrew Wood. Will you back next week? You coming?
I should be. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll do it again. This is fun. I'm down.
Okay. All right. Well, Grant's back in Detroit next week for all those who want to tune in to round 11 of I messed it up. Underground RC Supercross coming up from Detroit next week. Same time, same place, 6:15 p.m. Pacific, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Excited to see you guys there. And of course, a fun night of racing. Awesome to check out the RF Next here tonight. We'll get those guys in a couple weeks in St. Louis, and then we'll have another Showdown coming up a few weeks after that as well. So stick tight and watch that. Back to the East Coast action next week as well, and round 11 of 450 Supercross. So this has been round 10 of Underground RC Supercross live here on Start Your Systems. For everyone behind the scenes helping out, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. So long for now.